join.
Y'all
I
see?
think they
Nate
really
Robinson,
our
that's what
basketball
Nate on
talk.
there.
Bro, Nate Rob, bro, come on. He's like 5'2".
Y'all see
And that bag
Miles
was
Jack?
big.
Dude, y'all see Miles Jack retired to become a plumber?
Bro, a plumber? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
That part, I didn't see that.
Why would he retire?
Something's up with the
Why would
Twitter
he not just
live.
retire and do nothing? He literally
No,
has
that's a
What?
kick. I think Twitter's
Yes,
a kick.
kick.
Oh, okay.
I know
But
what to do. I got
what
it.
did he retire? Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I was
know.
glad he retired because he was on the Eagles, and as a Cowboys fan, I'm sick of that team getting better and better and better. It's like every player they pick up, they
gotta
just
keep getting better. They need to keep getting better because I got Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith in fantasy. They need
bro,
to.
no.
Yeah, here it
no,
is.
bro. No.
Miles Jack retired to consider becoming an electrician or plumber.
There's no way, bro.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's pretty good money, and you already made a good amount of money. I mean, I don't.
Wasn't he
Bro,
literally
there's
an
no way.
all-pro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only money
I
I'm
don't-
making if I retire from my pro sports career is investing that money in businesses and like flipping stocks.
You're not going to be
commercial real estate.
Yeah,
Plumbers
shit
make
like
money, bro. Don't sleep on that.
Hands up. They
Hey,
make money,
no, bro.
bro. I was in the NFL. I got generational wealth already, bro. I'm cool.
Mario
He's
is
not
a
making
all pro,
successful
like, he
video
doesn't,
game franchise, so that's just proof.
Hey, you gotta know this though. Now everybody that played against Miles Jack can say they played against a plumber, and you can use that as like an actual argument.
Who said that? Who was the guy in the NBA that like retired and started just investing in Wendy's?
You said
Junior
in the
Bridge.
NBA.
Was it Junior
Yeah,
Bridgman?
Junior Bridgman. Yeah, but he's like one of the richest NBA players ever.
Yeah.
He just invested in a bunch of. He just
Yeah.
invested in a bunch of Wendy's.
His net worth is like, bro. Let me check this real quick.
I think
His net
it's
worth
literally
is
like Jordan, LeBron, and then like
Shaq
600
has to be
million.
up there because
Shaq
Shaq owns Elvis's rights. Like he owns Elvis's rights and somebody else's rights. I think Marilyn Monroe, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Shaq
crazy.
is
though.
Yeah, like Shaq-
Person.
Yeah, that shit is crazy, bro. So like
Crazy.
anytime you see anything commercialized used that's Elvis's face, music, whatever, Shaq is making that money, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro,
That's wild, bro. That's a different type of money.
Who is it that like there was
that
a quote
movie
came
probably
out?
made him millions.
Dude,
Man.
But who is that one guy that who just recently like there was reports of him saying I grew up like eating McDonald's and now I own McDonald's or whatever, and he owns like a whole bunch of franchises of McDonald's.
You was broke, but eating McDonald's, bro. When I was growing up, my parents, I'd be like, "Can we go to McDonald's?" My dad would pull in the parking lot. He'd be like, "You got McDonald's money?" I was like 10, bro. I have no money. I was like, "No." He pulled right back out.
Bro, not in this
He
economy.
said, "We got food at
crazy,
home."
man.
I was like, "Damn."
Man, I
Nah,
collected
that's
all the
crazy.
stuff from whether it's McDonald's. I think McDonald's, they used to have the Simpson character thing. It was either them or Burger King. Bro, I collected literally all those things.
Bro, it went from my parents asking if I got McDonald's money to asking myself if I got McDonald's money, bro. Like,
But I had to have Raising Cane's money because I was not about to spend like 30 to 40 minutes cooking after moving all that shit.
dude, Chipotle money.
Valid.
Hey, I'm blessed to made it past that stage.
Man.
I feel,
listen,
hey,
fellas.
I'm not gonna lie. It's like listening to you. It's like, damn, I was just there like 2-3 years ago. That shit was ass.
But broke shit. Listen, bro. I have a college degree in 118 days, and I'm trying to making money, man. I'm ready to be out of here.
Shit.
Bro, I can't even
Hey.
decide what I want to do with my life, bro.
You're not gonna know, bro.
Hey, real quick,
it's gonna take
that's-
time.
Talking about we talking about college degrees. My computer is messed up, yo. My fault,
Yeah,
yo.
kind of. We're kind of jumping around.
Man, I got a whole political science college degree. I ain't even using it in nothing in my field.
Bro,
Yeah,
bro.
Poli
John,
Sci is
bro.
a crazy degree, bro.
Yeah.
John, you haven't ran for like senator yet, bro?
Nah, it's because I was gonna do the whole law school route, but then I got into sales and just made a gang of money and realized like I could kind of skip that route. And I had a daughter.
Yeah.
That's another big part.
Come on, bro.
Dude,
John, run
valid.
for Senate, bro. You got it. I'll vote for you. I'll move to California just to
Yeah,
vote.
facts.
Man.
AOC
Well,
Mita.
As long
Dude.
as you keep tree legal, we good. You good
Brother.
by me, bro.
Brother, you know that's #1 regulation.
Yeah,
W.
Dude,
good by me.
I'm thinking about doing like physical therapy, bro.
PT.
Yo.
Yeah,
You're too big for that shit.
Brother got
You're not gonna be able to do the
That's
stretches.
You gotta do it.
You're
You
not
gotta
gonna
do
be
it on
able to do the
yourself,
stretches.
fool.
Nah,
You
but
gotta,
trust-
you
trust,
gotta
trust.
be able to do the stretches you trying
Trust,
to have them do.
Trust. Hey, I had to learn all them stretches because of how many surgeries I have, bro.
Hey, that's valid too. That's valid
Who had
too.
more, who
That's
had
just
more knee
that's
surgeries, the
intimidating
Heroes or
though.
JELSON?
Nah, that's crazy. All right, I think it's about that time, fellas. John is here. Are you good and ready to go, John?
Man, yeah, I had to switch computers. I mean, I was about
It's
to say,
never a yes or no with this nigga,
I'm
bro.
sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, last request. Last request, y'all. Last request. Please, somebody send me the doc link because I can't access it right now because I don't have Discord
got
on this
it.
damn computer.
I-
All right, and then
Oh,
I'm
my
done.
bad.
No more
You-
requests from me.
Oh, my bad.
No more
Yeah, I
requests
did
from
not
me.
send you that.
Now you will only hear takes that you may or may not like.
This will be a very, very interesting episode. I think it's going to be a more open floor, open debate type of episode. It's kind of a different opening because we've already been streaming. Y'all seen some outtakes, but welcome to Key of Threes. It is our Monday live stream. Y'all already see who I'm with. We got a pretty big panel for this episode. We got Devin, Garrett, Jay, John, Gabe, and Jacob or Jelson. If whatever you want to go by. I don't know what you want to go by these days, bro.
I don't
'cause
know. They call me
One time you
everything.
told me Jacob, another time you said Jelson. I'm confused.
Gel pepper.
Hey,
The
I just
second biggest
I just
hater.
say gels now. Hey, whatever.
Hey, they call me a whole lot of things.
They
I'm gonna call you the
Red.
gingerbread man.
Hey,
Hey,
The gingerbread
Gingerbread.
man.
That's the gingerbread giant.
Yeah, that's fire. That's fire. I like that. But if you are new to the stream, to Key of Threes, to the platform, go ahead and drop a like, drop a sub. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, everybody. We are happy to have you. Now, as you see, one of the first topics in this one, actually, let me go ahead and open the stream, the keyhole, the document, because my OneNote, I had the main topic as topic number 1 at first, and that would have been very interesting, but we're not going to do that. Topic number 1 is going to be who wins in one-on-one. So essentially, I'm going to give you guys matchups, 2 players that are going to be playing one-on-one basketball. You're going to tell me who you think would win out of that. This is going to be an open forum type of thing. One person can answer. You give your take as to why you think they're going to win versus the next person. And then somebody will either agree with you, disagree. You know how that goes. Now, to keep it standard for you guys, is going to be Jordan rules. For you non-hoopers that don't know what that means if they miss a shot, it's automatically the other person's ball. There's no rebounding. If you miss, it's the defender's ball. 3 dribbles. If you take a 4th dribble, it's the other person's ball. So that means you got to have a bag. And it's make it, take it. So if it's a player that gets hot really quick, you never know. He might just win really fast. You know, those are just some factors that you got to think about. So, like I said, open forum. I don't really care who starts. But the first matchup, and this is an interesting one because I think that one is a little bit overrated and another is he's just nice. But I think he's overrated on the defensive end as of lately. So I got Devin Booker going against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander one-on-one.
That's tough.
Who do y'all got in
That's
that
hey,
one?
easy,
hey,
bro.
this
That's
is
Hey,
easy.
Chase Cooker.
That's
Devin
not
Booker-
easy, Gabe.
Hey,
That's not
That's
easy.
easily,
Gabe.
no,
This is
listen,
easy.
it's easily Devin Booker. And
It's
here's
easily
why.
Easily
There's no
Devin
free
Booker.
throws. There's no free
All right,
throws. in
okay, here.
1v1.
Let me see.
There's no
Let me
free
see.
throws in 1v1.
Let me let Gabe go real quick. It looks like those 3 up top are in agreement. I'm gonna wait till I could tell what Devin and Garrett are thinking. But you 2 go ahead. Go. Let me see why you say it's so
Alright,
easy.
bro. Devin Booker is definitely more efficient from 3 and one of the best mid-range shooters in the league these days. Obviously has the bag to show for it. Shai's a good slasher and he's good at getting inside, but we know he relies a lot on drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line. We're talking about 1v1s here. There's no free throws. One of the biggest assets to his game is something that Devin Booker does not need nearly as much. sways this way in Devin Booker's direction. Now, while we do know Shea can pretty much get by anybody, even though they know that they just have to guard him there, I still think that Devin Booker has a little bit more versatility in what he's able to do on the court, as well as just being able to use the majority of what he just uses in game to his advantage.
I got to tell you, Devin Booker is a purely better offensive player. And I'll tell you, you brought up earlier, Steph, in like the whole introduction, who's going to get hot? Because in 1v1s, I'll tell you, the person that gets hot at the right time will be the person that wins. Bro, I'm going to trust Devin Booker to get hot right away over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander any day of the week. Shai can hit a mid-range, but Devin Booker is a 3-level scorer at this point in his career. And, you know, he's improved on defense. So, Devin Booker, bro, he's going to cook easy.
Oh God, you gotta be Devin Booker, bro. Like, let's be honest. We've seen Devin Booker be the main scoring option on a finals team. We haven't seen that from Shai yet. I mean, Devin Booker's seen some of the craziest defensive sets ran at him. We haven't seen that Shai be successful in that type of situation yet. I got Devin Booker absolutely cooking Shai, bro. And like Gabe said, no fouls. No fouls.
So let me ask something real quick. If SGA gets ball first, you trust Book to get a stop on SGA before you trust SGA to get a stop on Book?
I mean, if it's a one possession, if it's a one possession thing, I'm not SGA not going the whole game without missing.
I think that with SGA, like the fact that he's so good at drawing contact makes people have to defend him differently. They're not going to be able to be as physical. Whereas I feel like you can get away with that a lot more in a one-on-one setting. It's more likely that Devin Booker will be able to get that stop.
Yeah,
that's valid. That's valid.
I'm definitely with Devin Booker. Not only in the fact that like, yeah, he's a 3-level scorer and all that, but he also weighs more than SGA. And we know in ones like that could be, if you have a huge weight differential, you could easily back him down, get to the hoop, and if it has no fouls, I mean, and if it's a make it or take it, yeah, he is.
Isn't SGA like 2 inches taller? No. Taller?
SGA is listed at 6'6". Devin Booker is listed at 6'5". Devin Booker is 260 pounds. SGA is listed as 185 pounds.
I'm not going for 6'5" for Book. I'm not going for that.
I mean, hey, I'm just telling you what the internet is saying.
No, I hear you, but 6'5", I'm not going.
You think he's taller now? I think he's taller, to be honest.
No, you said he weighs how much?
185 for SGA.
Devin Booker is 206.
Wait, I thought you said
250.
No. I'm sorry. It might have came out, but 206 for Devin Booker. Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy if he was 260. Y'all, come on now. But 206 for Devin Booker, 185 for SGA, and Devin Booker got the deeper bag in my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Book is like 6'3", 6'4". I don't.
Damn,
6'5" is kind of.
Whoa.
Yeah, I feel like Shai's definitely got more than an inch.
John Moran is 6'2", brother.
Hey,
John is like 6'1" on a good day.
Okay,
I buy.
The Google's line.
That's like Freddie being 6 foot. Like Fred's not 6
up. It probably is like 6'2".
I thought you weren't allowed to lie. I thought you weren't allowed to lie on those height listings anymore.
No,
they said that for 1 year and then started lying immediately after. That was the most annoying thing to me, bro.
Katie went from 6'11" to 6'9" again, bro. Like,
all right, so I'm assuming the whole panel is in agreement that it's Devin Booker.
Well, okay,
Here comes Gary.
I would say it is Devin Booker, mainly for the fact where this is like a 3-dribble thing, but I'm gonna just say it. Donovan Mitchell will beat both of these guys in a one-on-one, and I don't care what
Donovan Mitchell
came out the left field.
He will. He dribbles the ball faster than both. He moves faster than both. He's stronger than both.
I don't think this.
Say what you want about his defense. I don't care what you say about that. It's 3 dribbles, okay? And he's always, at the start of every possession, he will lock in. Now, eventually, over time, he's going to get lazy in a 5-on-5 setting. Bro, Donovan Mitchell will beat Devin Booker and Shai in a one-on-one.
So since you hold on. So since you bring up Donovan Mitchell, why don't we do this? Because I did have him listed.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell against, because I though you do say you have your stencil Booker and SGA, they have some height to them. But Donovan Mitchell against,
he's blowing past both.
Oh, that's fair. I'm not even mad at that. But Donovan Mitchell against Monte Ellis.
Donovan Mitchell,
I'll take
100%. And let me add one thing, and then you guys can go on.
Hold on, y'all were that easy on it?
Yes, and let me add one thing, and then I guess I'll give my take for this, and then you guys can go. The reason why I picked Donovan Mitchell as well over those guys is because the way he handles the ball so quickly, like he can drive right, and the way he quickly goes between his legs the other direction. I don't see Shea. Like Shea is kind of like more of a slow, like in pace type of player compared to Booker or Donovan Mitchell. Whereas Donovan Mitchell can get straight to the rack in 3 dribbles. It might take like less than 2 seconds, where I feel like those other guys is going to take longer. And we know he can do the step back. He's an efficient 3-point shooter. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he shoots better from 3 than both of those guys. So for a career. So that's why I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. You guys might disagree, but hey, that's my take. Now, as for Monte Ellis, I like Monte Ellis. I think he's definitely a bucket getter too, but let's also agree with the fact that he is kind of an undersized guard. You know, he's about like what 6'1", 6'2". I think Donovan Mitchell has the strength advantage, and defensively, I know Monte Ellis was always up there for steals per game, but I don't think people would ever consider him like an elite level defender by any means. So, you know, given that, and then also like I think Donovan Mitchell is just a better scorer from all 3 levels than Monte Ellis. Monte Ellis can play great in the mid range, but from 3-point, I feel like Donovan Mitchell hasn't beat there. That even some plays he could just do a jab step 3 or a step back 3, and I feel like it's kind of over. So that's why I'll take Donovan Mitchell over Monte Ellis too.
Let me just jump in on this because I agree with Garrett. I also got Donovan Mitchell over Monte Ellis. And again, I don't know if we're going off Google because right we've just called Google lying a couple of times, but again, Google has Monte Ellis at 6'3" and has Donovan Mitchell.
Oh hell no.
Okay, all right. We're just not going out this. We're just not going out this.
He's like 6'1.5".
What I was going to say is this. If we talk it in Jordan rules, right, you only get 3 dribbles between Donovan Mitchell and Monte Ellis. I do believe Donovan Mitchell will take it for that point Garrett made. I think he's just quicker at being able to get to his spot and get to the hoop in less moves. I think Monte is going to kind of, break you down, come up more like off the dribble and already break you down. And Monte did have a lot of steals, but he played a lot of passing lanes, and that's just a 5-on-5 game.
That's I trust Donovan way more to get a stop or 2 than I do Monte. Like they can both get their bucket, but I think Donovan can clamp up for a stop or 2. I don't know if Monte is getting many stops.
Hey,
it's only 3 dribbles, remember. So
Night Striker said Mitchell and Ellis are too little for Shea.
Night Striker, come on, man. Okay, Monte Ellis. Okay, bro. Donovan Mitchell, come on, man. You're not bulldozing over him. Taller, yeah, but bro, Donovan Mitchell for 3 dribbles every play, he's locking up, man. It's not like an NBA setting where it's like everything's back and forth and like you're guarding someone who does like 20 dribbles to get a move, because that's going to wear people out and people are going to be kind of like lackadaisical at points, and that's a big reason why sometimes we see Mitchell take plays off. But 3 dribbles, bro, come on, he's locking in. He's winning that over him and Booker. So
hey,
I mean,
so,
let's see. Oh, you go, Jelson.
I was just to say, like, not only am I trusting Donovan Mitchell to get a stop, I'm also trusting him to get a bucket over Monte Ellis.
Yeah.
And let me tell you this too. To John's point, Monte Ellis, he could get hot, but he had to break you down. He had to really get into the groove of things to get hot. Donovan Mitchell, we've seen it many times at this point that he will just drill any shot he puts up. And it's once he sees it go in the hoop, it's over. He's dropping it. He dropped 71 last year. Monte Ellis is never doing that, but in a one-on-one setting, especially.
He just has the better athleticism too. Like Monte Ellis was a great like below the rim type guy, but I mean, at a certain point, I think Donovan Mitchell could just rise over him to both shoot and finish at the rim, because dude is just he's so explosive as a scorer. And I think Monte Ellis, while still a very good scorer, is not the. I don't think he was ever the caliber of scorer that we just saw from Donovan Mitchell this past season, even before that.
Yeah, I mean, Monte Ellis never in his entire career was never the scorer that Donovan Mitchell is today. I mean, he is literally one of the best scorers at his position. Like I said last stream, at his position in the entire league. Bro dropped 71 points. Monte Ellis is not stopping that type of firepower. No way.
All right, so
that's kind of disrespectful. You put Donovan Mitchell and Monte Ellis, and Monte is
well.
My guy.
I really had Monte and Darren Williams, but with height, I saw the two, and I wanted to compare and see what y'all said with that. But I will move on to 2 bigs. Now, this one isn't going to be 3 dribbles. Everything else will be the same, but this one won't be 3 dribbles. They can do whatever they want, dribble as many times as they want. Both in their prime. Jokic versus KG.
I like this. I like
tough.
this.
KG
That's
easy.
tough. Okay, I wouldn't say.
Easy.
I wouldn't say
Easy is kind of crazy.
Hold on.
Easy is kind of crazy.
Let me tell you why. A big part of Jokic's game is the things he does other than scoring, right? We think of Jokic as a great player because he can score at an efficient level, at a great level. But the thing that makes him like great and the best player in the NBA at this point is the things he does other than scoring.
Hey, this 1v1 though. Wait, this
That's true.
But Jokic cannot get a stop, or like he can get a stop. But when we see it in the NBA, like he's getting a stop now 1-on-1. He's getting a stop because he's playing lanes. He's playing it smart. KG will lock you down 1-on-1, bro. You are not getting past KG, and KG will get you a bucket day in, day out.
Look, my only thing about that.
No, that's a good point. Actually, I'm not.
Hold on. My only thing about that though, and I only have to say this. Jokic isn't a guy to get past you. Jokic is a guy, I'm getting to my spot, and I love KG as a defender and everything that he is, but it's hard for me to see anyone like even KG stopping Jokic from getting to the spot he wants to get to. Now, if the shot goes in, that'll be different because KG will affect it in some way, shape, or form, but I don't think you're stopping Jokic from getting to a spot. He's not necessarily trying to get around you, past you, or anything. He's trying to get to where he wants to get to and get whatever type of shot he wants to get up. And to your original point when you said that, you know, everything else makes him, you know, what he is now, that's true. But at the same time, when we've seen him forcibly, you know, force the issue and try to score, we've seen him go off for 40. We've seen him go off for 50 when he actually said, okay, I need to score. Let me go score. He does it and has done it at will. So
and I just wanted to add that in the 1v1 setting, if we're saying no fouls, man, I mean, Jokic does well in the NBA and with the way the refs play, and obviously he played well overseas. But dude, if we're playing 1v1, bro, KG isn't just gonna like let him do his little thing, bro. It's not happening. Like
Jokic gets fouled. Go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
My thing is that, okay, I know you're talking about Jokic on the defensive side. Clearly, he's not the defender that Kevin Garnett is. But I think maybe a little bit you're kind of underrating his like one-on-one defense, because we've seen him, most of what his great defensive plays come from are like the pick and roll and like helping out and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I think his one-on-one defense isn't bad, and I think he's a strong body. And for me, I'm taking great offense over great defense. And I think Jokic, just with how crafty he is, I know he's going to do a lot of pump fakes. He's going to work a lot in the post. You know, he might pick up his dribble. He might like spin over his right shoulder, pump fake this way, fake a fadeaway, and then shoot the layup. It's really similar to like Luka, but from a center position. I'm taking Jokic over Kevin Garnett, which might be crazy, but I'm taking Jokic, man.
I don't think it's crazy because if you remember KG, he had difficulty with the specialty type of bigs that were like that kind of player, the Dirk kind of player, the Jokic kind of player. That he had, I don't want to say difficulty, but he wasn't his best defensively against those kind of players because he was brought out a little bit further from under the basket.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's like when it comes to that one-on-one setting, though, I'm thinking just it's like, yeah, it might be hard for KG to get a stop because Jokic is so good once he gets to his spots. But I'm almost more confident in KG getting a stop than I am in Jokic getting a stop, because like we're all talking. I feel like right now we're all talking about that matchup of like KG's defense versus Jokic's offense, which makes sense, but like. When you start talking about KG's offense, especially at his peak, like in the Minnesota days against Jokic's defense, especially one-on-one type defense, I do think then KG really narrows the gap and might even take it because he could get a little bit away from the rim.
Let me add one thing, and then I'll let Devin and John go because I don't think you guys have gone yet. Like, at least for me too, I feel like around the rim, sure, I think you can argue that Kevin Garnett is more of a threat. Although Jokic has such a good touch from really anywhere. And I think especially from like the 10 to 15 foot game, I know Kevin Garnett was always capable of hitting like a deep mid-range shot, but if I'm a defender, I'm more willing to let him work out there, even from a fadeaway standpoint, than I am Jokic. Like Jokic, it's like there has to be insane coverage everywhere around the floor. And I'm sure, Garnett would do that, but like, bro, we just saw Anthony Davis play great defense against him in the playoffs this year. Do you not remember how many times he would shoot one-legged fadeaways over his head? Nothing but
shot
net?
clock beater?
I know, Steph remembers that. John remembers that. So like, bro, there's just nothing you can do. Jokic is like a one-of-a-kind talent. And while Kevin Garnett is great defensively, we've seen too many players that are great defensively that have just struggled with the same thing with Jokic. And that's not a knock against KG by any means, because you could put any great center against Jokic, whether it's Shaq or Bill Russell or Will or Kareem, they're all going to struggle in some way against Jokic. That's just how it's going to be. Now, obviously, he's going to still struggle to some degrees with like Kevin Garnett and like what he's great at, or guys like Kareem, like I said, or Hakeem. But I think I just trust Jokic's all-around ability a little bit more.
Wait, hold on. Can I just say why it's not going to be Jokic winning this 1v1? I feel like Kevin Garnett wins the competitive factor when it comes to somebody that's really willing to take that extra notch because they have a high-level elite player on the other end of the court. I think KG, along with his two-way ability, I think he's gonna go and really give Jokic problems with his physical nature and obviously his offensive firepower as well. And I'm just gonna point out the fact that Jokic got cooked by Joel Embiid. It's not necessarily a 1v1, but when those matchups,
I'm so sick.
No, Steph, let me cook.
This being brought up, bro.
No, let me cook.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you
Dude, you're
finish.
not cooking.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm gonna go after you. Go ahead.
When that matchup showed up on that calendar, Joel Embiid had that motherfucker circled. Jokic did.
You know why? Hey, let me see. You know why? Because Embiid cares more about that, and he cares more about regular season vendetta against Jokic, while Jokic cares more about this.
He was preparing for the playoffs. They were already.
Hold on.
Hold on. I'm tired of this notion that Embiid just dog walk Jokic when we all know they already clinched the 1 seed. They were done. They shoot it in from that point forward to the point where people were actually saying, what's happening to Denver? Are they going to fall off? Are they going to lose in the playoffs? People were actually saying that going into the playoffs because they risked it.
I was
so
one of those
early.
people.
Like,
He's
like, I'm niggas.
Yeah, bro, stop doing that Embiid stuff. Because at that point, they were already like, all right, bro, we ready for the postseason.
I mean, that's cool, but the Sixers were a high seed as well. And Embiid ain't roll over.
They didn't win the championship. It don't matter. They're one.
Jay, I really feel you. Jay, I
no,
really
conversation
though.
It's not because one team was preparing for the greater goal.
It's back to the competitive nature.
Health. What about health?
Embiid was not even close to 100%.
Bro, what are we talking about right now?
But he was for sure 100% to play him in the regular season when he had a vendetta,
Can you guys tell me what did we switch to a different debate, or are we still on Jokic and Kevin Garnett?
Hey, hold on. Let me
I'm
tell
still
you.
trying to figure out what Embiid has to do with that.
You're right.
No, it's a good point.
Yeah, Embiid's not even in the conversation.
It goes back to the competitive nature, bro. Regular season, and if we're gonna talk about the hype matchup, so what? If you're a great player and I'm the fan, I want you to go out there and compete to your highest level. KG is not going to lose a 1v1. He's doing everything he can to not lose that 1v1. He's not losing to Jokic because obviously Jokic doesn't have that competitiveness to him. Obviously,
if it was for a championship
he
trophy,
won one championship and KG won one championship. After Jokic wins multiple championships, then we can have that conversation. But as of right now, guess what? They're equal playing field. Accolades don't even matter. KG has the mindset, and he wants to win, and he will win.
Let me add something real quick.
Talk your shit.
KG.
I'm gonna let you close this out, John, and then we're gonna move to the next one.
Devin didn't give his yet either, I don't think.
All I'm gonna say is this on KG and Dirk. I think a lot of times in one-on-one, it's exactly what JELSON said. It's like who's just got more dog? Who's gonna want this more? But the only issue is if we're playing by those Jordan rules, Jordan stipulations that it's like make it or take it, right? Then that changes everything. Because like me personally, if I'm playing one-on-one with somebody, if I shoot a shot, I know it's coming off. I'm going right to get that bitch. I'm running to get that bitch a rebound. You know what I'm saying? And KG gonna do that every single time more than Jokic is going to do. And for that, like, I'll give him that dog. Like, he's going to get it over him. But if we're playing those rules, right? If we're playing those rules that make it or take it, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I think Jokic might take it, because if he can get to that low block, I do think he'll get that spin off. He'll get whatever.
Didn't we say that this specific matchup wasn't in the Jordan rules?
Okay.
No. I said it's not 3 dribbles. It's still if you miss a shot, it's the other person's ball and make it take it. It's just not 3 dribbles.
Okay, all right, bet. All right, well, yeah. So if it's not,
we got a fan saying they're gonna drop you off, brother.
God damn, bro, that's crazy. All
right, I think that's true. I think that's true.
We got a fan. Yeah, all right, Blueface, baby. But anyway, if it's those rules, I got Jokic, because I just think he's just gonna get to it. Jokic is a big boy. Pause.
No,
you got a little overzealous.
I got Jokic. I got Jokic too, though. Not because he's a big boy, but I do got Jokic, because in that 1v1 scenario, 9 times out of 10, give me the better offensive player. Team defense over team offense, sure, but when we've seen Jokic be a guy who can consistently make so many difficult shots when he gets to his spot, I don't care how good a defense KG's given him. Jokic knows how to finish over good defenders. Jokic knows how to play against good defenders. And he is absurdly efficient even when he is against those good defenders. So give me Jokic any day of the week. He's beating KG.
I just want to add one last thing. I just wanted to say, in my real life examples. Oh, sorry. In my real life examples, like that, you could have a great player. And Garrett, you play a lot of 1v1s on your channel, right? So you can have a great player, or a player that is more talented. Yeah, exactly. That is more talented. And they just have a ton of assets. They're a very skilled player, but
if they're not right mentally over KG, bro.
Okay, JELSON,
may not be.
How did that?
I know what you're getting at.
Rose is chatting, bro.
No. That was kind of gonna be my point, though. That I was gonna bring up. It's like, see, I feel like for all the reasons, I do think Jokic would win. But I think the one thing that would be in your favor of what you were saying the last time you were speaking is that if there's like no incentive for like this 1v1, like let's say it's almost like an all-star-esque feeling, then I could definitely see KG winning, because I'm sure he might want it more than Jokic to put on a good show. But if it's like, let's say the winner of this gets like the same like trophy or whatever accomplishment as that's equivalent to winning an NBA championship, then Jokic is winning. But I guess like that incentive, I think that does play a part, because obviously, like, I mean, Night Striker, I think it was Night Striker that set it up in here too. Let me pull it up. Yeah, he said Joker doesn't even like basketball. If it's something like that's like a playful one-on-one, he might not care as much. But again, if there's like some actual incentive to it, I'm definitely taking Jokic then.
That's valid. So we're gonna move on. I got a couple more for you guys, because we've actually made some good time on the first couple that we've done, but Garrett, I'm intrigued. I feel like I know your answer on this one, but I also know that you know the most about what Scottie Pippen really brings to the table. So, Scottie versus Kawhi Leonard.
And let me get full screen real quick. Go
ahead.
As a Chicago Bulls fan for my whole life, give me Kawhi freaking Leonard every day, every minute, every second of life over Scottie Pippen. And I mean, I'll continue, I guess, my point, but I can exit the so
he's like, you can just take me out for now.
I just need to make that clear, because, bro, Kawhi is one of the most, whether we're gonna ever acknowledge it or not, he's one of the most efficient scorers of the basketball ever. And no one ever gives him credit as like the greatest scorers ever, because he just doesn't score that much. He doesn't play as much. But when we're thinking about guys that can get it done from all 3 levels, guys that can absolutely clamp down, like, don't get me wrong, because Scottie Pippen a lot of times was like the point forward for the Bulls. If you look back at like some of the old like 90s Bulls runs, he was often the guy bringing the ball up the court if it wasn't like BJ Armstrong or John Paxson or someone like that. But more times than not, even more than like Jordan, unless it was like a fast break, Scottie Pippen would bring the ball down. But in a one-on-one setting, bro, Kawhi is just getting the job done. There's no one, when he's in the zone, he's in a zone that you just have to, admire it, and you just have to clap. because all right, that's just crazy. Scottie Pippen can't get to that zone that Kawhi can, and I think given what he can do on the other side of things, I mean, we saw bro, this guy literally this year, I know it was only a couple games, but he was playing like the best player offensively, and he was locking down Kevin Durant, and the same thing against Dallas in 2021, and he just always takes basically the biggest assignment defensively and offensively as well. He's the most efficient player. And a lot of times it's almost like a one-on-one setting. I know that we've seen that in a 5-on-5, but that's mainly like a one-on-one, like I'm the guy versus your guy, and he usually gets the best of that other guy. So compared to Scottie Pippen, who I feel like, and if we're just straight up talking bag talk, I feel like this shouldn't even be a discussion. I think Kawhi is just absolutely better. But give me Kawhi over.
Look,
all right. That was the meanest. That was the meanest succession of a lifetime.
Yeah,
but it may have been warranted.
It was
that's valid
over here.
Real quick,
that's valid.
Shout out Night Striker because he participated. Real one, Night Striker says Scottie Pippen. Although I gotta disagree, brother. He said you forgot what Pippen.
Well, that's a fast break, man. He said,
John. He said you forgot what Pippen did to Ewing. Did you forget that what Kawhi Leonard just did? Like, that's crazy. I know they're similar players, but I think Kawhi Leonard offensively is just leaps and bounds of Scottie Pippen. To be honest, I mean, yes, I think he's leaps and bounds. And then defensively, yeah, that's a great matchup. But Kawhi ain't no clown defensively. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's crazy. Real quick, Kawhi made the league neutral. Remember, it was just a couple teams going to the finals. Then Kawhi went to the Raptors and shit. Made the league neutral.
Hey, I gotta say, bro, like Toronto Kawhi, bro, he's a different beast.
Speaking of Toronto, are we on Kawhi?
Listen, Kawhi is just that much better.
Steph, what about you, bro?
He was a defensive player of the year, and he offensively could bring a team back into games to a championship. Like what I've seen him do on both sides of the ball and as a number one option, bro. Scottie Pippen, yes, the Bulls were good when Michael Jordan retired for a year and a half, where Scottie is the number one guy, but there was no championship team.
Yeah, I mean, there's very few guys I'm taking over Kawhi when it's an argument that doesn't involve injuries, and this one doesn't. So if we're putting Kawhi compared to Scottie Pippen, there's no way I can take Pippen. It's got to be Kawhi.
Man.
All right, I got a few more. I thought some of these would be harder than what they were, but maybe we're getting into those now because now that I'm looking at this one, I'm not sure who I would choose. I was sure at first, but I'm not so sure now. I'm going to get Gabe and Devin up here for this one. DeMar DeRozan versus Rudy Gay.
Right,
who are you picking?
Brother.
One-on-one?
DeMar. I'm not about to disrespect, but brother, you're right. Maybe it seems disrespectful to go like DeMar, but bro, you know how crazy his footwork is. You know
I
that
understand.
you know how he
DeMar. I say Gobert.
Whoa, okay. But listen, DeMar
Gobert would cook him respectfully.
DeMar is amazing at getting to his spot. Gabe, nice chair. DeMar is amazing at getting to his spot, bro. That's literally what one-on-one is. And then once he gets there, every player talks about them little up fakes he be doing all game, just like that. We're finna get him all game. Come
bro.
I thought you were lagging.
That's how good my up fake is. That is how good my up fake is. Because I kid you.
Are y'all all going tomorrow?
I'm going.
Hey, bro. I have to go tomorrow.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my God, y'all
it's time to start keeping, gentlemen. We got
it's really a Raptor fan. Can't tell.
All right.
Is he a Clippers or a Spurs fan?
So
it's a DeMar jersey, bro. I'm not allowed to rep a player.
I'm not saying I got Rudy, but like I don't think it's that like easy.
Hey, I think the better discussion between these two would be who is like a better dunker. I think that's where it could get tough. You know what I mean? It could still be DeMar, but I feel like both of them are like, I don't know.
Bro, both of them are so tough, bro. Like, and I look at them in sort of the same category.
Per game scorer, bro. He was literally like score at 2016-17 season, and even going into 2017-18, like, bro. he was one of the top scorers of the 2010s. Not like top 3 scorer, but like definitely a top 10 scorer of the decade.
You talk about a pure hooper?
Hey, I gotta tell you, bro.
Yeah, footwork, post, like, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
His size.
DeMar damn near might be one of the best players in the league. I'm not gonna lie,
dude.
To be real,
He
might really be.
At the rim.
Y'all forget, bro. DeMar, every season before he got absolutely the hammer laid on him by LeBron, bro, he was.
Bro, that was so unnecessary. That was so unnecessary.
I'm so sick of this succession. I'm so sick of this succession. So I need some debate.
Rudy
Lamar Odom versus Antoine Jameson. Who's winning?
Antoine Jameson, 100%.
Antoine Jameson.
I'm taking
Antoine Jameson will cook that. I can't.
John. I'm surprised you chose Antoine over Lamar.
I did just choose. I think Lamar gonna get bodied.
Yeah, give me Antoine too.
Yeah, I was about to say Lamar Odom for the bit just because he has some real flashy plays, but realistically, as a player, like Antoine Jameson's better.
Why you say Lamar, Jay?
I watched DeMar.
So you did DeMar.
You say DeMar or Lamar?
You said Lamar Odom.
Yeah,
you said DeMar.
I thought you said DeMar too.
Yeah,
you said DeMar.
I'm at Lamar.
Okay,
in his defense,
you're picking Lamar over Antoine.
Odom was with the Kardashians, so
yeah,
he chose Lamar Odom, who is on crack. Oh my!
I just feel like Antoine Jameson got buckets so
as a president
easily compared to Lamar Odom. I think Lamar Odom has that capability as like a playmaking point forward, and if we were talking about that aspect, then maybe there's more to argue there. But if it's a one-on-one setting, I mean, it's a one-on-one.
Y'all don't remember what?
How tall was Antoine Jameson?
Antoine Jameson was
like 6'8",
6'7". Oh shit,
he's like 6'8".
I thought they about the same height. Y'all don't remember Lamar Odom? He was like in our pro-am. I forget who was there. I think he was like 19, but it was
that sham guy.
Yeah, he did that sham guy. Bro was being locked up. Let's be honest. Let's be completely honest in that clip.
How many points is current Lamar Odom dropping in the crossover league?
Bro,
current
40.
Lamar?
Yeah, bro. He might drop 50 with what these numbers are putting up, bro.
After rehab.
Bro, that league is literally a joke.
Yo, that's crazy.
It is. It is. As soon as an NBA player goes in there, they drop buckets. All right, so we're gonna get the last one. I thought this was gonna be a lot better, but I think this one will go pretty well. I think I know your answers also, but Richard Jefferson versus Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
Yeah, give me Steven
Jackson.
What is? Bro.
Give me Richard Jefferson.
You just saying that to say that, brother.
I'm just saying that because his head is so
RJ was a dog, bro.
Give me Richard Jefferson too.
I think Stack was just better,
RJ.
just a pure hooper, right? If we're playing once, that's really what it comes down to. And who could do it all, who could do more on the court. I think he could do more. Richard Jefferson could, catch some lobs, dunk, and he could do other stuff, but not nearly to the way that Stack could do it.
Steph is 3 dribbles though, right?
Yeah.
Give me Richard Jefferson.
Give me RJ every day of the week.
I think RJ, like, the thing about him is, like, most of his career, I know he's a better three-point shooter, but I feel like most of that has come off, like, catch and shoot opportunities, like playing alongside Jason Kidd, playing alongside Tony Parker, like players like that. So it's like, I don't know how different it would be if it's like he's creating every shot and he's only got 3 dribbles to work. I feel like the 3 dribbles thing, I would definitely lean more towards Steven Jackson. So like,
I feel like his athleticism would carry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why I feel like he would be able to make some noise, because that athleticism advantage he has over Stack is, I feel like it's more reasonable than we're giving him credit for.
Dude, RJ, bro, like, even if we talk about most of his 3-point opportunities coming off the catch and stuff like that, bro, RJ could still strap, bro, and he's also gonna dunk on you. Like, he's got the whole package. Like, even though he was never that like great player, bro, but the athleticism is just killer. And then the addition of him being able to shoot a 3-pointer in the 1v1s, bro, that might just be killer.
I'm
like
taking the guy who was more of a shot creator for his entire career. Like Richard Jefferson was a good player, and he was
Night Striker is funny.
he was like a very high level role player.
Jefferson
He was never a star type guy, but like, dude, Steven Jackson, like he was for real just a shot creator his whole career. He wasn't really that much of a catch and shoot guy or like a guy who you just pass it to on the roll. He goes gets a dunk at the rim, you know, or something like that on a cut. Like he's a guy who I would take for a 1v1 type scenario.
That's fair.
Okay.
You know what? That's fair.
You about to switch up, bro? That's what it sound like.
Standing on it. Fuck.
All right.
I feel like the only thing
don't act like that, because I just saw a clip of a couple of y'all going back on some takes.
But you know what it was, bro. It's because we had to list off 100 players and then say better not.
Always
the only thing I'll add to this,
y'all walking stuff back, and then bruh, literally 5 minutes later,
immediately walks
I gotta watch that one.
while we're on the topic though of Richard Jefferson and Steven Jackson, the only thing I'll add is that I feel like the narrative around Richard Jefferson is more positive just because we see him like every day on TV essentially, whereas Steven Jackson, like his comments are always out there, you know, because of like podcasts and stuff like that, but like it almost always seems like what's promoted out of him is like something that's controversial rather than like if he does have good takes. So like I feel like the media has spun it to the point where it's like Richard Jefferson is supposed to be seen in a good light and Steven Jackson is supposed to be seen in a bad light. So like if that was not included, I feel like this would be more overwhelming in favor of Steven Jackson too.
I don't know if that's necessary.
Wait. Hold on. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that because like I feel like ain't we really talking about ones? Like it don't really matter. Like kind of like what your
no, I'm saying like more people would probably like. I feel like
if we ask the general population this question.
But no, I'm saying like I feel like the way that it's been like spun is that more people like Richard Jefferson than they do Steven Jackson just off of the last few years what's been put out in the media or what we've seen on TV. Whereas like if that wasn't the case, I feel like this would be like more in favor of Steven Jackson. Like that's just me personally. Like obviously we'll never know, but I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. I think it's just the simple fact that Richard Jefferson works for ESPN, which is one of the biggest like freaking networks, and it's just and that's what you watch, and that's part of your algorithm. So that's just all you're seeing. And like maybe you do see some like all the smoke and whatnot, but like I don't really think like the media is out there to like portray Jack as a bad person. Maybe back in the day when he was like fucking shooting at niggas in the NBA, but like not anymore. Like I feel like they just kind of see him out to be just like chill dude who smokes weed. I mean, I feel what you're saying, but that's the way I know.
Hey,
I feel like
I hear what you're saying. Though. I hear what you're saying, Gary.
Hey, I gotta tell you, bro, on a basketball court, bro, RJ's head might blind some people, bro.
Oh my god.
Anyway, bro, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get to the main topic that is for this episode. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do over under. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a team. I'm gonna give you guys the win total for last year that they had, and you're gonna tell me if you think it's over under. I know there's gonna be some disagreements, so I'm gonna leave a pocket for you guys to, argue amongst yourselves. If there is one where you guys feel like we're all pretty much in agreement with, it being over, we can go on to the next one, so it's not dragging. You feel me? We good? Good.
Hey, question. So you're giving us the win total they had last year?
Yes.
So like, what if we think it's gonna be like literally like the same? Like they're not moving at all? Do we say over?
That would
like the same?
I would say over. Just say over for that.
Okay.
I mean that would be easiest for me. But you can also like if you're explaining it, you could be like, I think they're gonna be relatively the same anyway. But so what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the Eastern Conference. I'm actually go by. Should I go by division or should I go by standings in the conference from the playoffs?
Standings in the conference.
I think. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured that. So, number 1, the Milwaukee Bucks over under 58 wins.
Under.
I got lower.
Under. Everyone has under.
Are we unanimous?
I'm under.
I feel like it'll be the same. Like literally one game under. So like 57-50. So I guess technically under, but
that's valid. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I guess we're relatively. I feel like the top 3 teams are so well, maybe not Philly, but the top 2 teams will be about the same. But Boston 57.
Under.
I think over for them.
I have them barely over.
Over?
I'm
Barely.
Yeah.
Just barely. I have them
Over.
at 58. I have them
Yeah,
at 58.
Time
barely
out,
over.
Jay.
Why?
You feel like they
Jay,
got
that's
Jay?
one game,
Why
bro.
is that like a big
Dude,
why is that
Jay,
so much
do
Hey,
you-
do you hate them because Evan
They're a
Fournier
good
played for the
team.
Celtics or something? Like,
Do you
I mean-
think they
I mean,
got
wait.
worse?
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's be
I said,
logical
I
here.
said, I said under as
Wait,
well. Why
let
y'all
Jay
talking
get it off.
Jay?
Let Jay get it off. Jay, talk.
Wait a minute.
Well,
All right. Let's be logical here. They lost Marcus Smart. Kristaps Porzingis is already dealing with a foot injury. You don't want your big that you're paying 30+ million to be already dealing with that foot injury. Me personally, I don't like that.
Oh.
And we already seen that we already seen that that Joe Mazzulla's game plan doesn't necessarily lead to winning basketball. And I don't know if those players on that roster is still riding with him and still believe in him, especially how they performed in the postseason. I mean, the Atlanta Hawks took a couple games off of them. They literally were down 3-0 to the Miami Heat and almost lost to the 76ers with the Joel Embiid that wasn't fucking 100%. I can't.
Hey, you're bringing up
Wait,
all playoffs.
I
though.
said,
This is
I
the
said,
regular
I said
season
under,
standings.
but I have a way different reason.
let
way
me
under.
let
And
me
they lost Grant
respond.
Williams as well. Way under.
Hey,
This
Bro,
is
you
the
are
regular
way
season
under?
thing, bro. You brought
Wait,
the 3
wait.
points you brought up was every
Are you
playoff
guys all-
round.
Okay, wait,
are you
let
guys
me-
all over. Jelson, are you over or under?
I'm over.
Let
Let me
Gabe
go
go.
since I'm under as well.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the actual regular season reason, and mine is more so just based off of that, especially early in the year, that like foot injury is probably gonna affect Porzingis a fair amount, and they lost some major players. So what they're doing, especially from like the guard position, who's going to be their lead point guard, who's going to be the main distributor on the team, those roles are going to be. I mean, yes, but that's going to be a way bigger role for him. And that's going to be an adjustment that they're going to have to make and really grow into those new roles and get comfortable there. Especially if you're adding in a full force Porzingis later, if he has to ease his way back into being a full strength player, I think that could lead them to drop some regular season games. Now, what they going to do in the playoffs, I don't really care about that. I do think Joe Mazzulla can get you plenty of wins in the regular season because he did last year. But I just think there's a lot of really good teams in this Eastern Conference. A lot of teams are going to be on the come up, and they could take some games off of Boston because I think they're going to have a lot of things to figure out during the season.
I just wanted to respond to Jay's point where he talked about Kristaps Porzingis already being injured in the foot thing. He has plantar fasciitis, which he's obviously going to be like taking off games for the World Cup here. He's not playing in the World Cup, but that's more precautionary reasons. Plantar fasciitis can be played with and oftentimes is played with, and he may miss a game here and there, but Kristaps Porzingis is not just going to fall off the face of the planet because plantar fasciitis. It's just not going to happen.
Brother,
and
he had that a couple months ago as well, and he's still dealing with it.
Plantar fasciitis.
red
Yeah,
flag.
that's something you constantly deal with.
Yeah,
that's not
plantar-
something that goes away.
Exactly.
That's-
Plantar
that's
fasciitis.
Underrating how
to be
good the
honest.
Celtics are with Derek White and Tatum,
Brogdon.
Brown, Rob Williams is gonna be there. Al Horford, like there's
Brogdon,
still a
injury
good team.
problem. Derek White
There's-
asking him
there's
to
still
go into a
good
new
team.
role.
There's still a good team,
Yeah,
Jay.
I think
Derek
even
White,
Brogdon-
and
even
I'm gonna be
Brogdon
honest.
is-
I didn't say they're a bad
Brogdon
team.
could not
Don't
play
get me
all
wrong.
year
They're not a
long,
bad
and
team.
Porzingis could not play all year long, and I still think they're a top 2 or 3 team in the East.
Bro,
And
over
another
is
thing
still
you
damn
keep-
near 60 wins. I could sit here and say they're gonna win 54 games, and that puts them in the same fucking spot in the conference. I'm saying
Yeah,
they're
I got
gonna drop a couple more games because they're gonna have to adjust to losing some major players on the roster, but they're still gonna be like a top. They're gonna have home court advantage for probably 2 rounds of the playoffs. Like they're still gonna be a damn good team. I just don't think they're winning 60 games.
Yeah,
I
I don't think
That's
anybody's
fair.
winning 60 games in the conference. Because I think a
Nigga,
lot
I
of those teams that are like 7 to 10, I'm probably going to say over for a lot of those teams because I think it's going to be a close conference. So I'm not
Right,
saying
okay.
they're going to. I'm not even saying they're that much like on a lower tier than they were last year. I think they're on the same tier. I think they just got some shit to figure out, and they're not going to be this great team in October. But I think by the time you get to like February or March, they're going to hit a really good stride, and I think you're going to enter the playoffs and see them as one of the top contenders. So I don't want my point misconstrued as, oh, they're not the same level of team. I'm saying they're going to have less wins because the regular season is a long time where you have a lot of shit to figure out.
For sure. Okay, that's valid. And I'm with you on that one. I think they're gonna stay relatively the same, but like you said, 54 is still relatively the same, so it's not really changing too much. Now, Philadelphia, the 76ers, I think it's clear. I'm gonna just say mine now. I think it's under. Tell me what you guys think. I know some people that think they're gonna finish high, but
Who?
How much they
Who's
want?
that? Let me put whoever think they're gonna finish high. Put him at a spotlight.
I got him
don't, dude.
over.
That's nasty business, John.
I don't have him over.
Torch they ass, nigga. Who the fuck put them?
Honestly, I think it's probably easiest to start off if we just say all the teams, and then we each just give an up or a down for over.
Okay.
Yeah, they're under.
So
Cleveland.
They want
Cleveland
50, right?
is
Zach, or was it
51. 51.
I gotta go above.
down.
I gotta go above.
Respectfully, I gotta give him
I
respect.
think it'll be like either one game above or the same. So I'm gonna go like 51, 52. So I guess over.
The Knicks, they won
Under.
47.
Under the Knicks.
We
Your Knicks
improved.
are done. Jay.
Wait, I need reasonings. Why?
Bro, it was a
Julius
freak
Randle's
year,
a
bro. It's
bum.
not
Offense
happening
is
again.
better.
Julius
Jalen Brunson's
Randle's
not
a bum.
gonna do the
Defense is
same
gonna
thing that
pay
he did
so
last
much
year.
attention to Jalen Brunson now. It's not gonna be good, bro. It's just not gonna work.
That's simply.
I don't think
I
the
think
Knicks
it's
are any
gonna
worse.
work,
There's just a
but-
lot more talent in the East this year, in my opinion. There's a
Yeah.
lot more
And I think
And
the
the
Knicks
Knicks are not it, bro. They're not
The
making the
Knicks got a
playoffs.
bigger target on their
Damn,
back too
Jared.
now, I think, because they're pretty much
God.
known as a team that you got to be ready for. Whereas last year they were coming off such a down season that I think they were able to kind of bounce back out of nowhere, and especially Jalen Brunson was having his breakout. But now I think teams are going to be a lot more game plan for them. I think they're still a damn solid team, and I still think they're an easy top 6 seed in this conference. But I think that win total could go down to like 45, 44.
Let me tell
Hey,
you,
that's not
I-
crazy.
Top
I-
six
I
is kind of
can't-
crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I cannot have any
Night
respect
track and
or,
no
or,
hoops.
or I can't say plus on a team that let Torian Prince drop 35 piece on their forehead, bro.
Chill out though.
Respectfully.
Dorian Prince hit like 8
Bro,
threes that
Hey,
game
we're
though.
talking
He hit like
about-
8 threes
Torian
that
Prince
game.
dropped
That's such a
35
shit
points
argument.
on
That's
your
such a fucking
forehead.
terrible argument.
Chill on
Bro,
Dorian
Prince
Prince
owns the
hate,
Knicks.
alright?
That's such a
Torian Prince
terrible
is that
argument.
That
nigga,
was
right?
awful.
don't-
So on that note, we're gonna move on to
Wait,
the
hold on.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, that was a-
Nah,
That
because
was a
go
terrible
ahead, Jay.
I just want to say I don't think you guys are accounting for a lot of our young talent getting better.
Like RJ
And
for
we
the seventh
improved.
season.
We improved moving off of Obi Toppin, who was a good player but didn't fit the role that we needed him to play, and bringing in Dante DiVincenzo, who's going to be elite at that role. We have Josh Hart for a full season. I don't think you guys are taking that into account.
Hey Jay,
Quickly
no,
is gonna be horrible this year.
Jay, no,
I
no,
take it.
You are a
Personally,
hater, brother. How about
Jay,
you get a
personally,
starting point guard?
I'm not even hating.
ahead,
Quickly
John.
is not good, Jay. Wait
Look,
till you
this-
find out, man.
This all I gotta say. I'm not even hating Jay. I just think it's gonna be maybe like 1 or 2 games under, only because the Eastern Conference as a whole has gotten better, bro. Like just look
I
at like
respect that. I mean,
that's my reasoning. It ain't even on no hate on the thing. I think the Knicks are still gonna do the things. Jalen Brunson's gonna come out. Julius Randle's still gonna be this regular season superstar and all that. But we know we do the playoffs. But you feel what I'm saying though? It's only because the other teams in the East got better. That's the only reason.
Hey,
Fair.
no, bro,
That's
I'm a
valid.
hate. I'm a hate, bro. Like,
get out the second round
Knicks-
first. Don't want to hear that shit.
I don't
Get
want
out
to
the
hear you
second round.
chat, bro.
They're having a
Yes.
mid off. We're gonna move on. Brooklyn.
8 seed.
Brooklyn 45
Low.
wins. If you,
Damn.
we're not all
I gotta
lower
go up.
than.
I gotta go.
Might be
up.
lower
What the
to
fuck?
35.
Time out.
Jay, what?
What?
Hey,
Jay,
what are you doing?
Jay, I need to hear this reasoning.
All right, so 45 wins. It's hard to say because I don't know what seed that would be.
Bro, they got all their
It's like
wins
top
with KD
six,
last
probably.
year, bro.
That's top
Well, I'll
six.
tell
I can see
you.
him being.
Well, I'll tell you, Jay. I'll tell you this much: half of those wins, almost more than half, was off of KD and Kyrie.
KD and Kyrie. Yeah,
Come on, Jay.
Yeah.
I
It
understand
was
that,
more
but
than
I
Walk it
do
back,
think-
Jay.
I do think Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson proved to be winning players. They do have Nick Claxton, who took a huge leap last year that
Yeah.
a lot of people really aren't talking about. They have a lot of supporting pieces. They still got Dorian Finney-Smith, Spencer Dinwiddie. He's not the greatest point guard, but he can hold it down in that starting lineup. And I do think I think they have a very decent squad. I could see them being in that
11 seed.
I'm not saying like 51.
11
seed,
seed is
I'm just
crazy.
kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm
I
just
have-
kidding because he was
Because
like,
It might
Because I'm
be.
gonna
That's
I'm
not
keep it
crazy,
a
I don't
bean.
think.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. Jay's not so crazy now that he's talking about it. And then when we go even further, Ben Simmons is gonna have a comeback year.
Ah,
Like he's actually
shit.
gonna get right on the
I don't even
show,
want
bro.
to talk about
Like
this.
if we really want to talk about it, you got
Benjamin.
Ben Simmons.
I don't
Day'Ron
wanna talk about
Day'Ron
this,
Sharp has
bro.
shown some
Day'Ron
development,
Sharp.
Dorian-
We're going too far.
bro.
What are we gonna rely on
Like,
Cam Thomas
bro,
to drop 40
Let me
a game
land.
again?
Let me land.
Respect
Let me
him.
land.
Trill
Respect that
land.
man.
Bro, You need to stop talking. You're talking the most, and you're a Timberwolves fan.
Hey, I
knock it
chat
off.
all I want, bro.
Quit it.
No,
Quit it, bro.
cannot do
That
that.
Rudy Gay starting
you would-
lineup
I
now.
cannot do that.
Your biggest
would
accomplishments is from our team, Jelson. Your biggest accomplishments is from when the Lakers were there, nigga. That's what I'm saying.
So we're gonna go to the Hawks, who are
Hopefully,
Bro,
Derek
what
Whitehead
does
will have a
that
bigger
have to do
impact
with
than Ben
anything?
Simmons this year on the Nets.
I'm letting you
Y'all
know,
have
brother.
multiple championships from us.
listen,
From
Bro,
us.
listen,
Hall
listen,
of Fame chatters, bro.
They know
Listen,
y'all
bro.
from us.
listen, bro. 41 wins, the Atlanta Hawks, and if we're not saying over, we might as well end this stream right now.
Barely.
Oh
I'm
my
saying under,
God,
bro.
Okay,
Jelson.
I'm
wait,
saying under.
Wait, 41. You said 41 wins?
41. They went 41
Hawks
and
are not
41
that
last
good,
year.
bro.
Trey been training with Steph
42.
Curry. I gotta go up.
The Hawks are not
I seen
that
the
good,
tape.
bro.
I'm over on the
You're
Hawks.
Who says
you're
under?
not good.
Or not.
Hey,
I'm under on the Hawks,
What is
but I'm
going on
over
with
the
my
Hawks.
screen?
John, what do you say?
I say over.
Over? Okay, so I'll move y'all like this because these two are under. So, well, actually, I'll let Garrett and Gabe make their cases first because they're,
Haters.
Go ahead.
Haters.
Why do y'all say under?
I just don't think the Hawks are that good. That's just my thing. Like, and
Me neither.
granted, I know a lot of people were not high on John Collins last year because he did have a down year, but I didn't feel like they got enough back for him personally, and I don't think they really made like any drastic moves that can make me think that either. They still have Clint Capella there, and I feel like maybe if they were starting Okongwu, I'd feel a little bit more better like in them this season, but bro, they're just like in a weird position, and I think there's other teams below them that are going to get better. Someone's got to lose a few more games. It's going to be the Hawks as one of those teams.
Yeah,
Fair
I'm,
enough,
I'm, just,
'cause we
I'm,
do
I'm
have-
very not sold on this roster. Like, I'm still not sold on DeJounte Murray and Trae Young working that well together. I think last year, like, a lot of their lineups showed that it was almost better when like they weren't on the court together. And it's like those guys are still going to be playing a lot of minutes together because they cashed in assets to get DeJounte as a co-star. So it's like you're not just going to stagger them the entire time. And I'm still not sold on them in total as a defensive team either, just across the board. And it's like you're going to have to rely on big jumps from guys that I don't think are like shoo-ins to have those big jumps for them to get that much better.
Well, let me, and before you
I
guys
agree.
hop in there, my thing with that is the tandem between Trae and DeJounte. For the large part, it didn't work, not because of their styles clashing or anything like that. It was more so their coaching. Nate McMillan was not doing what he needed to do for that team, and it was nasty. It got ugly very quick, and then once Quinn Snyder did take over, it started to look a lot better for this team. And if we do remember, Quinn Snyder is a defensive-minded coach with some defensive-minded players on the team. DeJounte did take a little step back on the defensive end, but he is still a very good defensive guard. Onyeka, great defensive player. Clint Capella is still a great defensive player. You got Jalen Johnson on the back end as well. Like they do have talent there that, I personally could see them winning more than 41 games.
Hey,
My
I
reason-
gotta say,
Go ahead, Justin.
that I am so far. I completely agree with Gabe and Garrett here. Like, Clint Capella, albeit he is a good defender, I'll give him good defender at this point in his career. That's all he gets from me. And I don't see how this team functions unless, like, my biggest thing, in my opinion, is DeAndre Hunter needs to show something more than what he has shown for me to strongly consider this team to get any better at all. So once that happens, maybe so. But Trae Young, I'm just kind of consistent on him. I felt the same way about Trae Young when he was a rookie, to how he is now. I knew what he was going to be, and this is what he's going to be. I don't expect him to get any better. I don't expect him to get past where he had gotten in previous years in his career because they had that one crazy run. And DeJounte Murray, I'm a known hater on him. So I just don't think this team's going to work out at all.
Honestly, my reasoning on them being over is the fact that like they just had such a crazy turmoil year this last year. Like you just can't expect another year with so much turmoil. It's just like so much stuff was going wrong last season that they ended up 41-41. While granted, I agree with like what the first three guys are saying, Gabe, Garrett and JELSON was like their roster really isn't great. I totally agree. With Collins being out, that is going to give the chance for DeAndre Hunter to get more minutes and maybe show that you were just talking about, JELSON. But ultimately, I think that you're just not going to have a year where fucking everything goes wrong again. And I think that even if it's like a 42, 43 win season, I think it's going to be more than what they had last year. That's why I got over.
Yeah, I got over as well, but I don't think it's gonna be by a lot of games. My biggest X factor for this Atlanta Hawks team to take that next step is DeAndre Hunter, bro. I mean, we've been waiting for years for this guy to really step up and be that third star, and I don't think the fault lies on Trae Young or DeJounte. I think it's DeAndre Hunter, bro. He needs to be that guy at that wing position to really step up and, you know what I'm saying, be the two-way player that they drafted him to be. And also, I need AJ Griffin to get more PT. Quinn Snyder, what the fuck are you doing?
My Christian brother.
I think DeAndre Hunter has the capabilities. Like he's
seen it.
He's injury prone a little too much, and also like just he hasn't been used completely the right way. But I feel like he could be great. But go ahead, Devin.
To his credit, he was available last year, so hopefully that continues. But I'm right there with you, Jay. Even before John Collins was traded, I know Gabe will attest to this. I've been saying for quite a while now, for the Hawks to be successful beyond what they've been, DeAndre Hunter has to comfortably be their third best player. And he just hasn't been. And until he is, and now it'll be a little bit more obvious because John Collins isn't there, but now he needs to take that step. Until then, they're going to remain in and around the same spot. I have them over, but it's by a game. Like someone needs to take that leap.
That's valid. We're going to move on. The Miami Heat with 44 wins.
Over.
It got to be under, bro. I'm not going to lie.
I think
I'll say over by like 2 games.
Yeah,
It's not going to be.
I'm gonna go
like
under.
40,
No.
30.
But they're relatively around the same area though.
They're over because that trade is gonna get done at some point.
If the trade
I'm just
happens,
saying.
over.
Oh,
If the trade
Yeah,
happens,
if the trade
Great
happens,
point, Gabe.
it's over.
I'm not. You can. My projection is based on me saying I think the trade's gonna go through. I'm not gonna sit here and give you if the trade goes through, then it's over. But if it doesn't go through, then under. Nah, I'm saying it's over because the trade is going to go through.
Look at that. Stand on it, Gabe.
Nightbreaker says over. Okay, we're gonna move on to your team, Gabe. The Toronto Raptors at 41. Oh, sorry. Well, we'll stay there. Because I did skip a team, but we'll stay there. 41 wins, Raptors.
So far down.
They're under.
So far
I think
down.
they're
Far under.
They're a 15-win team.
I feel like you guys got
Jay,
bad.
they're
I
bad.
don't know.
They- yeah,
One team.
Jay is
32.
talent, but it's redundant ass talent.
The
They all do
guard
the same
play-
shit.
In
The
every
guard
position.
play is about to be ass.
I'm gonna have to
It's
go
so
over.
nasty.
I'm gonna have to go over.
Malachi
Just-
Flynn.
Because
Big
every year
win.
the Raptors offseason they be like they real big guards. So chill out with the guard play BS game. I like
They
that.
don't have no guards, bro. They got Dennis Schroeder and
Y'all not moving
And
Scotty to
Barnes
guard.
is gonna
That's
be-
what I'm.
Scotty Barnes is
If
point guard?
if you watch the
Point guard, which is
offseason
problem.
runs, like especially at the Rico Hines, because the Rico Hines he actually works for the Raptors. He be having all those
Not
big
anymore,
mans that you guys have those 6'9"
Bro,
point guards.
Bro, the whole Raptors team was at like 2 weeks worth of Rico Hines runs last
Bro.
year, and they sold me. And when the season started, I was so disappointed
Hey,
because
y'all
it
got
was their
Marcus
whole
Noel, bro.
squad, bro.
Yeah, no.
Like I even saw Malachi Flynn hooping with them, and he was getting buckets. I was like, oh my god, like it's about to be crazy. Season started, it looked like Scotty is not beating the autistic allegations, and more of the team just.
the autistic allegations is fucking wild.
That's wild.
crazy.
Wait, you
Oh my
haven't
God.
seen those allegations?
No, bro.
I've seen too many of them.
Dude,
Oh,
I've
okay.
heard about-
Gabe, you
I've
haven't
heard
seen
about-
that?
No, I'm not gonna say that.
He just
Dude,
like
there's-
me for real, I guess. Damn.
Oh, shit.
There's
Okay.
one video you need to see, bro.
Well,
Leave
we're
my
gonna
mans
move
alone.
on. We're gonna move on. The Chicago
That's
Bulls.
crazy.
Yeah,
40
under.
wins.
Over.
Them motherfuckers
Over.
are
Oh
ass.
my
Stop the cap,
goodness.
Derek.
We
Derek,
got
stop the
100
cap, bro.
haters here. Let me talk, okay?
Mute him.
We're gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Mute
I
him,
will
Trill.
not be listening.
Don't mute me. What?
Mute him, Trill.
No, I think we're going to be over. We're not in a great place. We all know that, okay? But adding vets like Javon Carter, Torrey Craig, I think that's a little bit what we need. DeMar's going into his last year on contract. He needs to have a big year, kind of similar to, not totally like the year before, but closer to that than what he did this past season. And really, this past season, he wasn't too bad. Like, I feel like we acknowledge at this point, like, we have to do something to rebound off last year. And in our front office's defense, I know I hate what they say about like we're depending on the parity of the league and stuff like that. But like, while that's true, I think a couple games here and there is what we'll get more, maybe like 43, 44. Not too much because that's only 3 or 4 more wins. But we did kind of get screwed a lot. If you go check the 2-minute report at the end of last season, we got screwed more than any other team. I've talked about this with John a lot. Like, we got screwed the most of any team in the league. I feel like next year we're going to have at least a couple more wins. I'll say 43, 44, and we'll probably find ourselves like right at like the 8th seed, somewhere in the play-in. But I do think we did get better. I'm just not – it's not like you can be really pleased like because we're mid. We're in the middle of nowhere. But I do think we're a better team than last year.
Hey, that's
a crazy cop out.
Orlando might be better than
I do think Orlando will probably be better than us too. But
wait. So then help me make sense of that, Garrett. So then, because you guys finished as the 10th seed, you said you're going to finish like anywhere from 10.
Wait, so who's falling out?
Well,
and then the
Toronto's
Magic
going to drop off. Toronto's going to drop off. We know Indiana and Orlando's. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're going to talk about this when we get to the end of the East, and then we're going to move on to the West.
Yeah, when I get to the last team, I'll tell you the 8 teams I was thinking, John.
Okay.
All right, bet.
So next team is Indiana with 35. I think we're all up on this one. I hope so, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Gabe?
Hey, let me start pushing some agendas, baby. Let me start crazy agendas.
I just wrote up a script for this team, so I'm excited to watch them. I'm not gonna.
I was Mr. Halliburton, top 6 point guard in the league. So. No, I'm high as fuck.
I was Mr. Pacers are gonna win a playoff series guy.
I'm very high on the Indiana Pacers. Like, they were doing so good last year until Halliburton got hurt, missed some time, came back, and they kind of had to get back into rhythm. I don't think that makes him I don't think he's injury prone by any means. I think he just got injured, so I think he's back for the full season this year, and they're going to be a lot better. Especially because Matherin, he hit the rookie wall pretty hard. Assuming he doesn't hit that wall again, I think it makes them even better. I think he's a 6 man of the year type guy. We talked about that just the other stream. So, I mean, I think they got some solid depth. I think they got good players at every position. This is a team that's ripe to really.
Night Triker, give us a little minute. We got to get to the Western Conference.
Going through every team.
When we get there, we'll do it though. We'll do it though.
But moving on, because I do like the Pacers, and I do think we all have them. I'm not gonna lie, I have them in the playoffs, not play in. I have them as a top 6 seed.
Me too.
So moving on to the. Okay, well, shit, that's a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. Moving on to the Wizards, though, 35 wins.
Easy under.
Damn.
But my guy Gallinari will average 20 points a game.
I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people think they're gonna be one of the worst in the East, but I think they might be around that 35-ish a little bit because I like Jordan Poole. I think Kuzma has developed pretty well, and they have enough talent to win about 30 games or so, but they don't have enough, team camaraderie to actually get into that play-in spot, in my opinion.
Hey,
I think the bottom of the East is going to be really competitive, to be honest.
I joked with Devin and about saying how the Raptors were going to be a 15-win team. Bro, the Wizards, if I'm a Wizards fan and this team wins more than 20 games, I take that as a win, to be honest.
I think they're going to win like
20 games is kind of wild, brother. I'm not going to lie.
I think we really sleep on their roster, bro.
I think that team is going to be awful.
It's going to be
really.
I mean, look. This is what I'll say. I think this team is going to be full of just like you trying shit, right? Jordan Poole going out there chucking like 20 shots a game, and he might hit and he might have a real big game, but a lot of times it's going to be like a experimental period. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro. Because I don't know, because you got Tyus Jones and Bilal, who are 2 playmakers. Then you have quote-unquote bucket getter. I know, but you got quote-unquote bucket getters with Kuz and Poole, who have already been on championship teams.
Gallinari.
Gallo is a guy. Denny Adavija. He's becoming one of those. He's becoming a good 2-way player on this team. Like, this team isn't. Granted, we don't see this team often, and it might. I ain't gonna lie, it might be because I did a rebuild with them, so I know their team pretty like thoroughly. But I don't think their team is that bad, bro.
Dude,
you did a 2K rebuild,
bro. You have to rely on.
You won a championship or what?
It's not that bad, but there's 12.
took
There's
about
at least
7
12 better
years.
teams.
Okay.
Dude, if you have to rely on Poole and Kuz to win you more than, let's say, 30 games, for example, or even win more than 25 games, bro, your franchise is cooked. What did
They
you
could
say,
win
Steph, bro?
25.
What?
No, I don't.
Those are
Five
two.
is fine.
Those two
Whoa.
players are not winning they're not winning you ball games. Respectfully, they are not winning you nothing.
Okay, I wouldn't say nothing, but come on.
No. I'm so dead serious. I am
Dude,
so
there's
dead
at least
serious.
12 better teams.
At least, in my
They
opinion,
will be
with those
the worst
two,
team
they.
in the league.
Jesus, brother.
Wait, what
Clear,
is
like,
that?
pretty
With,
easily.
with the Hornets on,
This
with the
is
Hornets,
nasty.
No, the Hornets, in my opinion, are going to be a far superior team than this Wizards team.
Oh, I agree.
Nah,
I
you're
agree.
tweaked
I
out.
agree.
No,
Okay,
no,
hold on,
he's
hold
on
on,
point.
wait,
Hard
when we
We're
get
point.
gonna
the
keep
Hornets.
going. We're gonna keep
Oh,
going.
yeah,
We're gonna
let's
keep
keep going.
going. Orlando with 34.
That's
Easily
over.
over.
Easily
Oh,
over.
and let
Okay.
me say right now, because
15.
this was the last team, so I think it's going to be in no particular order: the Bucks, the Celtics, Sixers, Cavs, Heat, Pacers, Magic. Those are the 7
7 what? You didn't say the Knicks in there. 7 what?
teams.
Yeah, because the Knicks are going to be like the
They're gonna be
15th
below,
seed.
Jay.
Jay,
They're
bro,
gonna be
you're
below the
so
Bulls.
funny, bro. He said you didn't say the Knicks in there. 7 what?
I know I saw your playoff like bracket.
Yeah,
bro,
the
for
Knicks are
next
not going to be above the Bulls.
Now
bro.
you're drunk. You're drunk. You're drunk.
They are not. Bro.
That's a good
Jay.
take.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
that's
good take.
crazy.
take.
That's
That's a horrible
insane.
take.
Okay,
They
moving
are.
on. The Charlotte Hornets at 27.
Way up. Way up.
Wait,
Now
wait.
The Charlotte Hornets at
Way up.
27.
40-win team.
They're,
I'll say over.
Yeah,
What
What's
you,
that
hold
right
on. I'm not gonna lie, Garrett. That was crazy as fuck. The Knicks are
How is that
definitely gonna
crazy?
be above the Bulls.
That's
The Knicks are gonna be
fucking-
above
no,
the
no.
Bulls.
What?
Bro, no.
Bias.
Garrett,
The Knicks are
you
gonna
talk-
be.
hold on,
I
Garrett.
had to let
me
that
out for
register
bias.
and then backtrack to
The Bulls
it
are
real
going
quick.
to
Nah, like-
be. Bulls are
How
higher
do
than
you
that.
me out
Hey,
bias?
That's the most biased
I'll
take
take
I've
a
ever
bet
heard.
that the Bulls will be a better team record-wise.
That's crazy.
Lock, lock,
Okay,
lock.
that's
I like
the
it. I
biggest
like
take
it, Greg.
Hold
I've
on,
ever
hold
heard.
on. What's the bet right now?
I don't know,
I
like
have 4
Bet
pennies.
with Jay. You and Jay come
$20.
come up with some
20
type
bucks,
of
20
bet.
on it.
20 bucks.
We can do it.
$20
That
bucks.
shit
Bulls
is
would be better.
crazy.
Hey,
bro.
and what I will say here's the caveat: if they're both in the play-in and they play, then it's whoever wins the play-in matchup, record aside.
Okay.
Knicks aren't gonna
Okay,
be in
that's
the
valid,
playoffs,
that's
bro.
valid.
But if, like, let's say one of them wins the first playing game and then like they get the 7 seed and then the other team gets the 8 seed, then it's whoever gets the 7 seed wins.
Okay. I
Bro,
bet.
you really think the Knicks?
We're not
are
gonna be down there.
Yeah, do you really think
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Hold on. Do you,
I think-
Gary?
I
You
think
truly
Whoa.
believe this?
I do, yeah.
Crazy. He must think Lonzo Ball
I
coming
hope
back.
so. If he's worth $20.
Hey, we don't need
He
Lonzo at
must
all,
be
bro. We don't
Hey.
need Lonzo.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, Garrett. That is some crazy bias. But Brett, well, I
It's
want to
not
talk about.
biased.
I want to talk about.
That's the craziest
I want to talk
bias
about
I've
that
ever
right
seen
there.
on TV.
Hold on. I want to talk
Yeah,
about that
that
right
that
there.
is
That is
that might
crazy.
be the deepest bias we've seen.
I don't
That
think
is
that's that
crazy.
crazy.
That's bro.
Wait.
That a team that
Yo.
finished 9th, okay, based on the play-in, is going to win 3 games more, and they're going to be better than a team that no one in the world expected would be a 47-win team. That's
Yo,
biased.
yo, it-
Why do you think
no,
they're
I
gonna
Garrett,
fall
come
off
on.
so hard?
Crazy.
Because I
I-
don't trust. Okay, most of this past year, I don't think anyone thought Jalen Brunson would be as good as he was. I feel like next
I
year
did.
more teams are going to be ready. You might have, but the consensus, the most of the public did not see that. Okay,
Bro,
Julius
And that's
Randle
why
is
everyone's
like
like,
Martin
the worst
Wilson.
contract in the world.
Garrett, you're saying
everyone's going to be ready.
Garrett, you're
What?
saying that just because the Knicks caught everybody sleeping last year, they ended up as the 5th seed and they're gonna drop all the way down below the 8th seed.
Well, a lot of teams got better, as we mentioned. I think the Magic will get better. I think the Pacers
So
will
did
get
the
better.
Knicks?
Yeah, the Nets got worse.
Knicks
I
can
think
get
the-
better, bro.
The
Stop.
Knicks did
Ah,
not-
yo, stop the
The
bullshit.
Knicks
Garrett.
cannot get better, bro.
I feel bad for Jay.
DiVincenzo made them that much better.
We
Bro,
also
I mean,
had
he's-
young
he's-
talent
he-
that
he
continues
fits-
to get
he
better
fits-
as well.
He fits their system. Josh Hart was amazing for them. I bet nobody was like, "Wow,
Who's
Josh
getting
Hart's a
minutes on
game
that
changer."
team?
Bro,
Thank
this
you.
is
I'm
just
here,
stop,
bro.
bro. This is
I'm-
not the
I'm-
New York
I'm-
Bro,
Wildcats,
all
man.
right, bro. All right,
This is not New York.
They are not doing much next year.
we're
man.
gonna see how this bet plays out. That's interesting. I love it. That's the first KOT bet with Keyholder TV. Come on, man. We said it landmarks, milestones, all good things, but we got to move on. Last team in the Eastern Conference, the Detroit Pistons at 17 wins.
They're gonna be over.
Got nowhere to
Cade
go
is
but
worth
sure.
10 wins.
Hey,
Yeah.
17 wins.
Yeah.
That's what the Wizards are
And
getting,
basically what
bro.
Devin said, there's nowhere to go. But
Hey, really
I
quick
don't even
though.
remember talking about the Hornets, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
yeah,
didn't really
see,
talk
see
about the Hornets.
Oh, we,
Oh, yeah,
we
we
just
did.
skipped them. My bad.
Hey.
They were 27.
Yeah, they're way up.
I got
Oh, yeah,
them
we
at
did
40.
talk
Hey,
about them.
What
Let
do
me,
you
can I
over.
talk about this? Because I wanted to say
Yeah.
this when, and then Garrett threw out that egregious take. But y'all,
Bro.
Brent, yeah, that's crazy. Night Tracker. Brandon Miller's worth 10 wins.
A 10
I
war player.
that's
That is a
wild.
large
I'm
amount.
not
I
gonna
think
lie.
he's worth like 5.
I think he's a
Like,
7.
maybe 1 or 2, brother.
I think he's a 7 war player. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I don't know who 20
Seven,
twin is, but
2020.
I don't know either.
Miles
that
Bridges is
is.
worth 10 for sure.
Miles
He
Bridges.
needs to stay on the court.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Miles Bridges, LaMelo,
God.
and that whole team together. Yeah,
They're
they were
up, but I still think there's 12 better teams in the conference.
They're
I think Washington.
Well,
is
They're in the
making a
postseason
visit.
for me. I'll say that much.
Nah, they're better than
Okay.
Washington. They're way better
So-
than Washington.
Yeah, they're better than
Charlotte's,
like Washington.
Charlotte's better than New York, respectfully.
Just so we
No.
can keep this thing moving, because I know some of us have some early starts to the day tomorrow. Western Conference. Let's get into it. The number 1 seed, Denver Nuggets, 53 wins.
Over.
probably like the
Nice
same
down.
shit, honestly. I mean,
Over.
Jay, you're just
Is
hating,
it down
bro.
by a lot, Jay, or no?
Nah, but I would just say because they lost Bruce Brown, they're gonna have to find a guy to replace that. It could be Christian Braun.
That
So
tells
it
me
won't
you're
be-
asleep on this team
Can
and
we-
you don't understand them. Because
Can I finish my
Stop
point?
treating Bruce Brown like he's like a Hall of
finish
Famer,
my
bro.
point. Hey,
Like,
let Jay
we gotta-
land. Let
Go ahead,
let
bro.
Jay
Go
land.
ahead.
Let Jay
He's
land.
that difference
Let Jay
maker
land.
guy.
They lost Bruce Brown, their Swiss Army knife, but their replacement could be Christian
Yes.
Braun. Jamal Murray, I'm not too sure. I mean, I know like he opted out of playing for his national team because he wants to be 100% because he went through a long season. I'm not saying he's going to regress, but that just worries me a little bit. I'm not I'm not too confident in him per se. And I mean, that's pretty much the only reason. I don't think they're gonna fall off crazy by any means.
Nate Triker was talking about Asar Thompson, I'm pretty sure. As 2020 twin.
Is that what they call him?
Is
that what the kids doing in our
I will say this. I will say this in the South, when it is 2 twins, they won't say their name. They'll just yell twin, and whichever one responds, they
Twin.
respond. So yeah, because when I played on AAU team, we had twins. It would be like a twin, and whichever one came, that one, you feel me? But anyway, what you were saying to the Bruce Brown effect, Peyton Watson is going to be that Christian Braun role. Christian Braun is going to be that Bruce Brown role. And I'd argue Christian Braun might fill in that role a little bit better because he's a little bit, I don't want to say more complete, because Bruce Brown is more complete more so because of his age, but Christian Braun has a little bit more talent to him. He got more athleticism. I won't say he shoots better right now, but when you need a shot from him, he'll knock it down. And he's a winner. He's won at every level. So, I mean, we'll see with the Nuggets, though, because championship hangovers are real with some teams.
Real, except
Not with
for the
them.
01 Lakers.
Won't be with them.
For sure. But we're going to move on to the Grizzlies. 51 wins. And that's 25 games without Ja. But they do have Marcus Smart. So,
But they lost
And
Ty.
there's
Don't move
Derrick
me.
Rose. I'm gonna go under, but they're still gonna be like a really good team. I think they'll still be like
Yo, that
high
is
40s.
500 for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you said
Okay.
they had 51 wins, you said?
Yeah.
51.
I think they win like 43.
43.
Yeah, like
40,
40
40
to 47, somewhere in there.
So just so you guys know, 43 last year was the playing spot where their Lakers were in. 47 would have got you the 4th seed. So
Yeah.
47.
somewhere
I
in
rock
there.
with 47
Somewhere
more
in
than
there.
43. Justin, you're crazy.
I
I also
think
don't think
43
it's going to be
because
similar to last year. Like I feel like last year's kind of an anomaly with the West in the standings. So like,
I think
Uh.
43 wins because John Morant obviously being suspended for those games, but also Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to need to step up his game, which we've seen in the World Cup, him playing very well, but he's going to get more minutes,
Except when
and
he
there's
got
going to
dunked on
be,
Ant.
and there's true, but there's going to be more put on his shoulders, and we've seen that when more gets put on his shoulders, he already has the fouling out problem. Now he needs to be in the game. He absolutely has to be playing when Ja is out, and so now that Trey J is now going to have that offensive focus too, he's going to have to worry about those offensive fouls and more touches. And also, he can't control his fouls on the defensive end. So your number one guy at this point, because Ja is out for these games, has a fouling out problem, so he's not going to be able to play, and then he's not going to be able to put up the stats that you need him to. Like
to be 100% to be hold on before you ask that, to be 100% fair, this most recent season was the least amount of fouls he's had since his rookie year. So I don't like that foul out kind of narrative because it don't happen as much as like we're making it out to be.
But it happens way too much. And then now that you're also adding on the fact that whether you guys want to debate Desmond Bane's going to be number one, whatever, it's still Trey J is going to get more of that offensive load, and there's going to be a lot more on his shoulders. So
really?
I feel like
Desmond Bane's
not more than Desmond Bane. I said more now that Ja is out, more than he was getting last season.
When Ja was out,
I think
Triple J stepped
number
up,
one option, though. I would
Trey
say
J stepped up for sure.
Jaren Jackson can be the number 2 option, but Bane will be.
No,
the
that's
number
what I'm
one
saying.
option.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I was saying you can debate
okay.
whether or not Bane or Trey J, but yeah.
And I don't like the foul argument either. That shit dips.
Yeah,
It's not a dead argument though. Like it's the truth.
I think at this point, maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, you'd be right on. But at this point now, especially with that DPOY, like he's kind of shown like yes, he is foul prone. Don't get me wrong. But as an aggressive defender at 7 foot, I'm expecting you to get like 3-4 fouls a game. Like I'm expecting that to happen. So if I'm seeing you average 3 fouls, but that's still less than what you've averaged the other part of your career, I'm not mad at it for one. And two, you just showed me you were the best defender in the league theoretically, based on accolades. But we're gonna move on from them. Move on to Sacramento, 48 wins. Lower.
We'll go under, but they'll still be like 500 or a little better.
I'll say over, but I think they're gonna stay at 48, like 48.
Okay, 47.
I think they get like 45.
Really?
I think
the year right after a breakout, I just think there's going to be a little bit of fall off. I think some other teams definitely got better, just will stay good. Like the Lakers will have a full season of being like
damn right.
Minnesota.
It's very reminiscent of like the 2014 Suns because they were like a 48 win team, and then the next year like. They were still good, but like they kind of fell off a bit. They became like 500. That's kind of like what I see out of this team.
Facts, and that's what I think too. Because I'm looking at about 4 teams right now that I think will A, have a better regular season than last year, and B, have better health. And I think the Clippers one, that's more arbitrary because it's a hope. But the Clippers could be better. The Suns could be better. The Timberwolves could be better, and the Warriors could always be better than the 6th seed. I don't think there's any question about that. Okay, I guess it might be debatable.
That is debatable, 100%. I agree.
Okay, that's fine. Does Phoenix Suns 45 wins?
They're over. There's no way they're getting under 45. They had a crazy year with injuries. Now we have Durant.
Yeah,
I think they more so fall off in the playoffs than the regular season.
People forget Devin Booker missed like a significant chunk of time last year. They're like 20 games.
Him and Chris Paul.
And they didn't even have Kevin Durant for the
Mo.
Yo, what's up, Mo?
Next team, the LA Clippers with 44 wins. Now, we already know biggest caveat. Well, I don't even think their caveat is health. It only becomes that come playoff time.
Man.
Why am I not seeing 6 thumbs up?
I got 45.
Oh, no, I agree with you.
Or 7 thumbs up. I'm seeing
PG
John
really
and
wasn't-
Chelsea have not made a choice yet.
PG wasn't healthy that much during the regular season either.
Yeah.
Mo says the Suns are 55-plus win team. Whoa. So, Mo, you think the Suns are they're clearly taking that 1 seed? Because that's what that tells me. If they're a 55-plus win team, either A, the 1 seed is getting a 60-win year, or B,
That's what I got.
Or B, the Suns are the 1 seed. And if you're telling me the Suns are the 1 seed, we're going to have to have I'm going to need to hear more about that later on.
Hey, I got Denver winning.
I just wouldn't pick them.
I got Denver winning 58.
Yeah, I got Denver 60, so I think that's
okay.
Yeah,
that's valid. Okay. So then Golden State at 44.
They're going to be over still. As much as we want to hate on the Warriors, they're still going to be better than that, man. I think this past year was Bro, remember how bad they were on the road this year?
Remember how they
They're gonna
started the
continue to
year.
do that.
I don't think that's going
No.
to happen again. Like, I feel like they're not going to be super great like the Denvers or the Phoenix teams, but like they're still going to be at least like a 47-48 win team, even if they cruise through the regular season.
Steph Curry is not letting them boys fall down that far, bro.
And that's how I feel, Gabe.
He wants
I mean,
more.
Hey, remember what he said today?
They're
He
going to
said
be better than the
now we're the
Clippers.
Hunters.
They'll be better
Isn't
than
that what
the
he said
Clippers,
today?
I'll tell you that.
I mean, let's
I
be
believe
honest.
so.
Steph Curry was having a hell of a crazy games. They were still losing, so that's not a very good argument.
I mean, we'll see. We will see. I mean, Steph
Don't got
Curry.
no Jordan Poole Draymond beef, man.
Honestly, to be real,
Yeah,
You got CP3 crying about coming off the bench. That might be worse.
I got two people to spoon feed him, Jay. So
honestly, I think that maybe they might be like might have a bit better of a beginning start of the year, because I know they had like a really rough start, but like I think they're still going to struggle on the road, because they've been known to struggle on the road, like not just last year, the year prior.
What?
Like they,
that's not true.
really.
That is not
He's
true.
just lying.
Yeah,
He's just
come on,
lying.
Yeah, that's not true.
All right, listen to this.
I hope you got
listen
the
to this.
numbers, John. I hope you got the
Listen to
numbers
this.
to prove it.
Listen to this. I do have my numbers to prove. So the 2021-2022 season, I'm staring at the Warriors road record. They were 22-19, which is solid, right? And then the year prior, the 2021 season, they were let me pull that up because they were just so low in the conference. They were 14-22, and then
The 2021 season's
Bro,
like a
that's so
completely different
stuffed,
team.
Wait, I want to add this.
That's
bro.
nasty.
Being above
That's
500
nasty.
is good on the
That
road.
is so nasty. I
Being
know you
above
didn't just
500.
bring up that
hold on
COVID
a second,
team.
Hold on a second.
Bruh.
So,
Oh
John,
my
you
God.
said they're 22-19 on the road last year when they won the title, right?
they were 22-19, 2021-2022 season.
That's
correct.
not bad, though. Is that
Yeah,
bad?
good.
Correct me if I'm
No.
wrong.
But
Going
for a
above
team that
500 on
fucking
the
won a
road-
title, you should be
No.
able to protect the road.
No. I
Well,
would
yeah,
say
every team that's won a championship since 1978 has been above 500 on the road, bro.
but the
And they
thing is,
were.
If you're above 500
Wait,
on the
what
road,
year-
you're one
what
of the
year
best
did you
teams
say?
in the league.
Every
said, what
team since
year?
1978. Then he's talking about
No,
last year when
what
they
year
won
are
the
we
title.
talking about right now? 21-22?
I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about
Warriors.
21-22. But I mean, but
This
you
year's Nuggets
also
were the
have
first ones not to.
but you
They
also
were
have
31-10. Oh no, that was
I'm
a
talking
that
about
was
on the
a
road.
home.
No, on the road.
22-19. That's a very
That's not-
good road record.
Yeah.
okay. The year prior, and then now this last year, bro.
I'm
11
not
and 30
going with the year
is
prior, bro.
terrible, y'all.
Bro,
Hey,
the
if they were
COVID
22-19
years is
on the
so
road again this
stuffed,
year,
bro.
that'd be top 6 in the league. Let me just say that.
That's a terrible.
So-
Okay, they were 11 and 30, y'all, this last season on the road. Like,
I know, but that's rare. When are they ever bottom 5 in the
I'm not
league in
gonna
road
lie.
record?
Here, I don't agree with John's point saying that the previous years they were bad or whatever, but I agree that I think they're going to continue to struggle on the road.
50 win.
They could still be
insane.
bad. I just think they'll be
Bro.
better than they were last year on the road. They might not be as good as they were in previous years, but I think they'll be somewhere in between. And because
they're
of that,
still
they're
one
going
of
to
the
get a few
best
more
home
wins
teams,
as a
bro.
result.
They're still one of the exactly what Gabe
Yeah.
They
just
get
said.
hot at home. The game is over in the third quarter.
Okay,
And I'm
let's see
saying
what
at
happens.
least that they might be good on the road, like really good on
I'm
the
not.
road.
I'm
but-
not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. If this was Oracle, I would say yes. But there's such a different vibe in that Chase Arena now, where it's like, even when they
Yeah.
do go on those crazy runs that they used to go on in Oracle, it does not feel the same. Like it
Right.
does kind of. It doesn't feel like they're immortal the way they did in 16-17 when the crowd just gets lit as fuck because Steph hit a shot. Now it's like the rich people like, yeah,
Man.
Stephen Curry.
Man.
Do what you do, like that's it, and they're done. Like
The
I don't
Warriors
like
said
the
his
new
game was
atmospheres,
funny as
bro.
fuck.
and
I got a
I
question
just
for
don't
the
think
Warriors
this.
supporters. I got a question. So doesn't their bench worry you? Like they literally have no firepower coming off their bench. To be honest,
They have a top 5 player in the world, bro.
you didn't answer my question.
Who?
It doesn't matter
Bro,
if they,
but
if
they
they
just-
got.
matter.
Bro, it doesn't matter if they have, like-
CP3 spoon feed some ass players. So I think their
CP3
bench
is pushing
fine enough
45,
to,
dog.
bro.
He can still play make though.
Bro, he
Bro, they
can
got
play
Phil
make.
Hey,
Ford and
Mason,
Purvis
bro.
Short on the bench right now. They'll still be fine, dude. Just stop.
Hell no,
We're
bro. Hell
this
no.
is some this is
Bruh.
some nasty disrespect going on, but we gonna see because I'm gonna say
The
this
fuck
now,
we
bro.
got bench
About
lineup.
this, bro.
Just look
We
at
need to
that
bet
bench
about
lineup.
this.
That's crazy. That's wild.
You
Jay,
said
I'm right
look
there
at
with
what?
you, y'all. Look at that bench, bro. Their bench is fucking ass.
You
That's
are
not
literally
finna be-
betting on
Yes,
Kuminga
though.
taking a
What
leap,
the
bro.
fuck?
Like,
You guys are crazy.
Kaminga
Yes,
is
but
one of
I-
the most talented players on that team. What do you mean?
Yes,
you're
but
looking
how
at
many
that
times-
young
and
guy?
yet
I mean,
Steve
Steve
Kerr
Kerr
has-
doesn't agree with that.
Yeah,
though.
CP3 off the bench is the
Situation?
only player.
That's not.
CP3
Hold
is-
on. Hold on. That's not Kaminga's play that got him off. That took his minutes away. The reason his minutes got taken away was because injuries. Players came back from injury. There were people hurt. That was the reason
And
why Kaminga wasn't playing in the first place.
And Kerr doesn't like
Kaminga.
him.
Well, I mean, that's another thing too. But like, if we're talking like basketball, it wasn't because Kaminga wasn't playing any better than the next person. It was Gary Payton II and Klay Thompson. I'm pretty sure that was the other person. They were both hurt. He was getting those minutes. They both no, not Klay. It was Wiggins. Wiggins was out. Wiggins comes back. Gary Payton II comes back. You're not giving that young guy those minutes. You're giving it to your guys that helped you win a ring. It doesn't.
And that's
I'm
my
not
point.
going.
And that's my point. Steve Kerr can't develop Kaminga the way he should be, bro.
Thank
He
you.
can't play through mistakes.
Thank you. That's not just because he didn't play him in the playoffs does not mean he's not going to play him in the regular season, bro.
He reluctantly
He barely
plays
got-
any of the young players, and it's
That
been
is
like
true.
this
Oh
since
My,
Steve
y'all
Kerr
haven't
has
been watching the
been-
Warriors. If that's your take on Steve
No.
Kerr and
It is
Jonathan
the
Kaminga,
truth.
y'all
No,
haven't
no,
been
no,
watching the
no,
Bro, you
Warriors.
have a
That's
lottery
not
pick
taking
riding
Steve
your
Kerr and
bench.
young
We're
players.
playing more than
literally-
44 games, bro.
literally
44
Steve
games
Kerr-
is like a mid-level team, and they're a little bit
Hey,
better
them
than
niggas
that
is
at the
mid.
very, very,
Wait,
very
let-
worst.
Let me tell you this.
Mid.
I agree,
Nah, this
and
is crazy.
I think that Kaminga will probably play more this year and have a bigger impact. But and I
Hopefully.
also think that Moody should have a bigger role and a bigger impact on this
And
team.
he started to as well.
And I agree. But the thing is I, like, as a basketball fan, will think that. But until Steve Kerr can show me consistently that he can do that, I'm
so
not
tell
on
me
that.
this. So
You know,
tell me this.
I would tell you this.
You have Chris Paul, the 38-year-old floor general, coming off the bench with Moses Moody, Jonathan Kaminga, and Gary Payton II, and you're trying to tell me that's a bad bench? You're trying to
Yes.
tell me
No,
Chris
I
Paul
never
can't
said
lead
it's a
those
bad
young
bench.
players?
Yes.
Y'all are tweaked out.
Nah.
Half of their
Hell
team
no.
is not
Yeah,
playing
great
Trill.
Andrew, a lot
So
of
if
the
you're
time-
saying
a lot of
you
the
don't
time-
think they're gonna play the young
Trill.
guys, like, bro, he's not gonna have much of a choice.
It's not about
Okay.
not playing the young guys. It's about understanding what they're good at as a player. And
All
Steve
I
Kerr has
know is that
consistently been
core is
terrible
good
at
enough
that.
to get you more than 44 wins.
Yeah, that's
I
my
just-
point.
It doesn't
there-
matter if you have like a bunch of bums. I was
No.
gonna
Yeah.
lift
No,
off
See,
the-
here, let me tell
like
you.
I'm
Mo
with you
Larry
on
and
that,
Curly on the
Gary.
bench.
Let me tell you.
Bro.
From my prediction with them, they're going to be around the same. They might be a little over.
think
They
so.
might be a little under. But what I will
Under.
also tell you is that
Over.
I just don't know what's
Under.
like. Obviously, CP3 is a good player, but I don't know what he's going to bring to the table here because I don't know what he's willing to sacrifice. I don't know what he's willing to do for this team. Obviously, he wants a ring. I'm not sure what he's able to do anymore. To be
Y'all
honest,
really think these
Spitting.
motherfuckers are a
What?
42-win team?
I don't
think-
even like Chris
yeah.
Paul, but this is kind of getting crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
this is getting nasty, bro.
They're like that
It's
great
Not
above
getting
bro.
nasty, bro.
I'm-
That's crazy.
It
Bruh.
is. It's getting to the. Is I kid you not? Is low-key getting to the point where it's feeling like you've watched like one game of these niggas, bro?
No,
Because
bruh.
to say some of the things that you guys are saying is so crazy right now.
No,
Bro, let's
what
You
not
don't
forget
know what
the-
Chris Paul can do.
no,
You don't know what Chris Paul can do.
We
I-
do know.
I know
we
what
do,
Chris-
we do
I
know
know
Chris
what
Paul can
Chris
do.
Paul
But let me just say
can
something real
do.
quick. Every
Say it.
What? Say
Can y'all
it.
hear him?
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did
Oh,
you
I thought-
stop
sorry.
talking?
I know. I thought Jelson was talking. All right, sorry. Look, the take about the young players, like, yeah, he's not really gonna have no choice but to play those young players. But it is a known thing that Steve Kerr has always struggled to develop those young players. But I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the fact of, yes, you're gonna have Chris Paul coming off the bench, and that's gonna be solid. But throughout most times in Chris Paul's career, when he's been as close to as successful as he can be, right? He's had a player that he can really like a real scorer next to him that he can feed the ball to. Yes, in the starting lineup, there's a gang of scorers. There's people who know how to put the ball in the basket. But I'm going to be honest with you, brother. Moses Moody is not that yet. Gary Payton is not that yet. Jonathan Kaminga is developing into that, but he is not that yet. This is, I believe, his like second year or something like that. Kevon Looney is for sure not that. So what I'm saying is, yes.
Come on, Looney's not that.
No,
I
Kevon
saw
Looney's not that.
Chris Paul when
He's
Devin
not-
Booker went down last year.
Wait.
Go 16 for 16 in a closeout game against the Pelicans.
That's valid, but let me ask something. You said Chris Paul in his best years has had a scorer next to him, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, he's had like
Who was that scorer next to him in LA? Because the Clippers was really his best years, and I can't think of one bona fide just scorer besides him that was on those teams.
He's probably
He was not
better.
The roster was built around that. The roster.
Okay, and I'm glad you mentioned Blake. I'm so glad you said Blake because you want to know who played. Hold on. You want to know who plays just like Blake Griffin during that time and can shoot a little bit better?
Don't say it.
Jonathan Kuminga. And if you don't think that
next team.
Wait,
I just want to know.
It's not crazy because Jonathan Kuminga has that same kind of. He doesn't have that same play style.
Bro, he hasn't got the run.
Dude, there's a difference between having the same play style and being like that.
I never said he was that kind of guy. I said he has that play style. And what I'm saying is Chris Paul was at his best in a Clippers uniform. I don't care how you put it. Blake Griffin is not a bona fide scorer. He is not a bucket.
No.
He has never been and never will be a guy where you say Blake Griffin is not a guy
not
where
on
you
Clippers,
give him
not on the Clippers.
Hold on. Blake Griffin is not a guy that says, I'm going to give you the ball, go get a bucket, give me a bucket. Blake Griffin has never been that. You're a fucking liar.
Okay.
Wait.
What year Clippers is?
Let Gabe go.
What year Clippers is?
Blake Griffin was definitely that guy. He was not that guy on the Clippers, though. He was definitely that guy on the Pistons, though. Blake Griffin on the Pistons will go out and get a bucket. That's a fact. However, what you guys are missing the fucking point on, and I think what Steph is trying to say is like they're not doing it to the same talent level that CP3 and Blake were doing it to on the Clippers, but all they have to do is be effective enough against fucking bench players so that Steph and Clay and Draymond and Wiggins come back in, they don't let the lead slip enough.
Bro, you haven't been watching the Warriors.
Clay.
You haven't.
Good enough because they can start to come back and then close out the game.
My bad.
I'm sorry.
I agree with that. I just think it's crazy to have them in the same sentence. But I feel what you mean. I was on board with it the whole time. I was just saying like that. Like
it feels
Hold
like
on, Justin.
No.
I got it. No.
Clay Thompson, bro. Clay Thompson is not that guy.
I know he
can
just
catch
had
and shoot though.
Hold on, Gabe. I know he just had a piss poor playoff series. I understand that. But we're not gonna ignore that Klay Thompson had a very, very good basketball season. We're not gonna act like he
did not have a very, very good basketball season. He had a good basketball season.
Oh my God!
He did not.
No. I'm done
because he did not have a very, very good basketball season.
You watched Timberwolves basketball. That's all you watched.
He had a good
basketball, and that's it.
Wait, let try and get his point, and then we'll move on.
Let me talk about the Warriors.
He shot 40% from three, and you made a.
That's the only
catch and shoot.
That's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is there's tons of guys in the league that can catch and shoot. And he was 45%.
What are you doing?
Have you watched Luke Kennard? Have you watched Luke Kennard?
This is what happens, Night Tracker. Okay. Go ahead, Trent.
Let me talk about the Warriors real quick. I came in a little late. I don't think the Warriors have the greatest bench, but I will say Chris Paul will make them a little bit better just because of his playmaking style. And Moses Moody, don't say he's not it, because if you look at his per 48, that dude's damn near averaging 14 points a game. When he gets the minutes, he shows up. Jonathan Kuminga, we all know his playing style is very good. He should be playing. That's a whole nother thing. But let's not forget they added Dario Saric, who's a great fit for them. He's a stretch big. Chris Paul can set him up. Already has chemistry with him, playing in Phoenix. You have Steph, the greatest point guard of all time. You have Wiggins, who's going to play a full season. Let's not forget Wiggins was out half of the season because of his dad. That was a missed part of that. Draymond Green don't got to deal with Jordan Poole. This team is going to be fine. They're going to be back in the playoff picture. Let's stop. I know there's so much bias to Golden State because everybody just hates them because all they do is win and win. But as long as you have Steph, as long as you have Wiggins out there and Dre, this team will be fine. And I'm pretty sure Klay Thompson he's no longer the Klay Thompson that we all know, but he's still going to produce. He's still going to provide. He's still going to hit those threes at the end of the day. And Gary Payton alone, you can say he's not it, but he plays his role on the defense end, gets easy cuts and gets the buckets easily. He plays his role. So I'm not too worried about this Golden State team. And let's not forget, there's still the trade deadline and there's still a buyout market. This team will be fine. And Chris Paul, like I said, coming off that bench is going to make Moses Moody look good. Kuminga, Saric, Kayvon Looney. Kayvon Looney's a fucking dog, nigga. Don't ever disrespect
Against
that
the
nigga.
bonus?
Ever
What
again,
happened? What
nigga.
happened when he went
Don't
against AD?
ever disrespect.
What happened when
fucking
he went
Looney
against
again.
AD?
Nigga, you're comparing him to fucking Anthony Davis.
That's what I'm
think he's
saying.
going
So
against
you're
AD
comparing him
every
against
night?
to Sabonis, who's a fucking.
Sabonis is a fucking all-star. What the fuck you
Hold on,
talking
listen,
about?
listen,
bro.
hold on, John,
Stop, bro.
hold on. I'm gonna end off on this
Stop
point,
that
but
shit. That's a
John,
stupid-ass
listen,
point.
listen, John,
Still got
listen.
half the West to
Listen,
go.
yeah, we still got half the West to go through. I'm not gonna lie, but I do have to say this though, John. I do have to say this. There's more people that he's gonna run into that are more like Sabonis than he's gonna run into that are people like Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is that top percent in the league. Where
You say
Sabonis,
he's the best center in the league. You
Why
literally
do we
say he's
have
the
not
best center
seen
in the
that?
league when he's healthy,
Dude
bro.
said, what's he gonna do?
I know,
against
but
Anthony Davis?
you're
Anthony Davis
but okay,
like
but
top
all I'm
five
saying
players
yeah,
is,
like
bro.
he's
What I'm
like he's
saying
not a
is
DPOY candidate.
the glaze on Kevon Looney is crazy. Like people after
Bro,
that King
How's it
series were
glazed?
like,
The nigga works his ass off every day. He's
Right.
out there
I'm talking
every
about in
single
the
night.
King series, bro. You know exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
Because he fucked them up.
He was
He fucked up a
huge.
nigga that was 6'9",
Nah,
and he's
his
6'11".
rebound
He's
is
an
not-
all-star
I'm not
player
gonna
that had a
give
great-
Bonus is listed
Yeah.
as 7'1", which is
Sabonis
take that as you will.
Sabonis
but
is much taller than Kayvon Looney. We're not.
I will
he-
say
he
that
has
you,
some height.
you
to him,
thought
but-
Sabonis
yeah.
was going, bro. I bet you heading into the series, nigga, you never thought Looney was gonna fuck Sabonis up like that. I bet you that. I promise you that.
Nah, his
I
rebounding was one of the
100%
main things
had a
that swung
feeling.
the series.
What was
Okay,
that?
You had
well,
no-
we got.
You had no.
Let's
feeling
move
about
on.
that.
We're
Yeah.
gonna move on. We're gonna move on. The Lakers, 43 wins.
they'll be over.
Okay.
Y'all got Cam
Like
Reddish.
I better see every single one.
Reluctantly up.
Minnesota
Lower a little.
Minnesota Timberwolves, 42.
I think they'll be
Minnesota,
over.
nigga,
It's
Minnesota is
over.
being a top
The
6
easiest
seed,
over.
nigga.
Can
A
we
top
move?
6 seed.
We need to move. But I don't want
No,
to.
no, no, no,
I
no,
don't.
no, no,
I don't want to hear the glaze. bro. I
No,
don't- we know they're
Anthony
gonna do
Edwards
better,
will
but I
be
don't
the
want to hear the
top 5
glaze.
in MVP this year. Top 5 in MVP candidacy this year. Jaden McDaniels is winning Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy Gobert is going to play well. At least I hope so.
Hey, look.
Carl Anthony Towns.
That's all it is for him. He's just gonna play well.
Hey,
Carl Anthony
Joseph,
Towns.
bro, you see what Ant's doing on Team USA?
We see this. We see this
Come
every
on.
day.
Come on,
This
nigga.
team is a
He's
top
coming for fucking
5
legends,
seed.
nigga. Come on,
Hey,
This
dog.
team is a
All right.
52 wins. No, okay, let me stop.
Top 5 time team is crazy to me because my team's in the conference. So, but I'm gonna let y'all live. I'm gonna let y'all. rock. I had y'all
Steph, I
moment.
will say this: the Lakers are better than the Timberwolves, but y'all never healthy during the regular season, so that could play a factor too. I'll say
That's
that.
100% true. That is true. So I mean, shit. That's the biggest part to all of this. We don't know how health is gonna factor.
Did Gabe give him an over or under? Did he even answer that?
He said
no,
over. He just didn't want to
I
hear the
said
glazing.
over. I just didn't want to hear. I went and got some. I got a refill on water. You know, we've been here about 2
Yeah.
hours. I was feeling a little thirsty, and you sound.
And we gotta
thirsty as
move
fuck for
'cause
Anthony Edwards.
We do have early mornings again, as we said. Next team is the OKC Thunder with 40 wins.
Over for sure.
So
They're gonna
winning
win like
basketball team.
50 games.
50.
Whoa,
They're
whoa.
glazing.
Blaze,
They're glazing.
bro.
Zip it up.
That's
Zip it
more
up
than
when
me,
you're
and
done.
I
They're
think
gonna.
top
I
4
think they're
seed.
gonna be a 4 or 5 seed.
I have them
And
about
I feel like
45
there's enough
wins.
teams that are
Yeah,
up there.
I could
I
get
got
down
they're
them-
like
lower
I got
than
them
the
at
Timberwolves.
47
Easy.
as a 4 seed.
Wait, I have a question.
No.
Why do you have them as
Got 'em at
50
4
wins?
seed?
Why do you have them as 50 wins?
Because I feel like I just feel like the West last year it was an anomaly season where it's like the 4 seed had like 45 wins. I don't think we're gonna see something like that again. I feel like the 4 or 5 seed will be more around 50 to 48 wins. So, and because I think they will be a 4 or 5 seed, that's where I kind of have them. They might win like 48, 47, somewhere in there, but like I'll say like 50, just because.
Do you have them over the Timberwolves?
As a team or like standings wise?
Like standings wise.
Yeah.
I
Put
do.
20 on it.
Okay.
Ooh, I like
no,
that.
Damn,
haven't made a
another
trade,
bet?
bro.
I like
can't
that.
do
I like
can't
that.
do 2 bets. Imagine I lose
Put 20
both.
on it right away. I like that.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
10. Put something.
Hey,
Next
you
team,
can
next
have me.
team. The New Orleans
win pretty much.
Pelicans, 42 wins.
Depending
They're
on
gonna be
health,
under.
I'm low on
Under.
Brandon Ingram.
Bro,
Under.
Zion's not going to
Can't
be
trust the
there.
health. They
Yeah,
But
I
play
can't.
CJ will have a
horrible
better
team next
season.
year.
CJ will have a better
Yeah,
season. but
for
they'll be
sure.
under.
you know,
Trey Murphy
how-
gonna take a leap.
How
Brandon
I
Ingram
feel
full
about
season.
that, 42 is kind of like I feel like that's low. I know that's
But
what
the
they're
West
about.
got so much stronger, though. That's my
honestly,
biggest concern.
I'm not sold. Like the 5 teams below them, I only think there's one that like maybe gets better than them, and that's obviously we'll get to them in a second, but obviously Dallas. But other than that, it's like teams in the West got better. Like most of those teams were already above them, and like
Mhm.
even like they got most of those wins without Zion last year, anyways, and Brandon Ingram missed a pretty significant chunk of time. Like to say
They were
they
the
can
one
at least,
seed for a while when
yeah,
Zion
and
was
so
healthy.
yeah, so to say they can at least replicate that, if not go up a little bit, like even if you're like, oh, they're not going to be 100% the whole season, like they weren't last year either. I think Trey Murphy only gets better. I think Herb Jones only gets better. They have good depth there, and it's like as long as you have one of those guys stay relatively injury free this season between the top two, why can't they move up 1 or 2 wins? Like, but the guys below them didn't get that much better. In fact, some of them got worse. Portland got worse. Utah probably gets worse. Like, there's a lot of these teams that probably get worse.
That's ironic coming from you, Gabe. I'm not gonna lie. As long as one of them can stay healthy, does that not sound like what you hate on for the Clippers?
We're not talking about the playoffs. We're not talking about the playoffs right now.
It still plays into the
regular
season.
It's not ironic, bro.
It's kind of ironic. Let me tell you, after watching this World Cup, bro, Brandon Ingram stinks. Respect.
What the fuck, bro? I'm not. No, we're not doing.
No.
Hey,
He's a good basketball player. He's a good basketball player. He's bad in the World Cup. That's what I was trying to say.
You're a Hall of Fame chatter.
Hey, JELSON, I'm not gonna lie. I did the same shit on TikTok. I did the same shit on TikTok, and I got mad views.
He's terrible in the FIBA. But in the NBA, he's of course going to lead you to wins or whatever. But I'm not that high on Brandon Ingram as a lot of people are.
Nigga's probably just high, bro.
He's not top 25. Is he top 25?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What? Nah, yeah.
What the? Not 25.
Brandon Ingram is in a top 25 player in the NBA.
Right, come on,
he's not. Absolutely not.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's that like locked in, like that he is or isn't. I'd have to sit down and see though. Like,
okay, top 30.
Yeah, I'll give him top 30 for sure.
Probably top 30.
Absolutely top 30.
Okay, Dallas Mavericks, 38 wins.
More.
Shit, they strengthened the hell out their roster. So
I don't even think we
they'll be over.
Hey, I will say this though. I'm not too big on Lively offensively. But
I mean, he's not the best offensively. He's not. But here's the thing. Here's the thing with Lively, because I have a homie that's a Mavericks fan, and he was saying something about that to me, and I was like, he's not the best offensively. He showed some flashes at Duke here and there, but they're not really gonna need him for that. They need him to be more of an anchor. They need him to be a great screener for Luka. They need him to be the guy that's. I guess best thing you could say is Kayvon Looney type of role. Like he's good for that kind of role. But if you're asking him to score,
I think it's because I'm being a little bit biased. I seen him play in Vegas, and every time I seen him play in Vegas, I just wasn't like amazed of anything he did defensively, offensively. Like I just wasn't like, eh.
I mean, a lot of people say it's gonna take a couple years for him to really like. Who he's projected to be. So I don't expect him to be effective off the rip.
60 wins, you can fucking
60 wins. You're talking about the Timberwolves, bro.
Yo,
talking about the Wolves.
I want to look at.
Here's the thing though with this team though that I like. No,
can y'all see
why
my
are you
screen?
showing your screen?
Because Night Striker asked us to pull up the roster for the Dallas Mavericks, so I just want to pull up for the people out there. That's it. Go ahead, Trill.
Well, but like if we're looking at it. Jaden Hardy, been sold on him. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. He's
crazy
a
kid. Jason Kidd.
Hooper.
Jason Kidd.
Been sold on him. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Josh Green, he's coming into his own great defender. I
love him.
He might be able to guard 1 through 4. I won't quite say 5, but with that 6'7" frame, guard a lot of guys. 4 is probably a stretch. You're right, but for sure 1 through 3. Great defender, doing it all. But then they bring back Maxi Kleber. He's not injured anymore. Great shooter for this team. You need to stretch the floor, especially with Luka on the floor. But they brought back Seth Curry, and I think that was an underrated pickup.
Love that.
Hey, Steph, Steph, let me say something, right? So the Maxi Kleber, the reason why it's so good is because he's not the only center out there. The problem was he was the only center out there with Dwight Powell, right? So, like, he'd be like, but you brought in players like Rashard Holmes. You brought in players like Derek Lively. So it's just like, he's going to play his role now at that 4 position to space the floor, even 5. You see? I like that.
Listen, bro, the Mavericks, I think in the beginning of their offseason, it was kind of shaky. But like to end off the offseason, this roster isn't bad. Now I'm gonna be honest, Night Tracker.
What the fuck? I'll tell you right now. At the big position,
I'll tell you their weakness. I'll tell you their weakness right now. Y'all have Dante Exum on your fucking payroll. That's a weakness.
Hey, Night
There's a
Tracker,
weakness
bro.
right there.
Big.
If y'all
Dante
get 50
Exum
wins, I'll delete
underrated,
my
Night Tracker might be as crazy as Jelson.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, they got Grant Williams too, bro. Don't
Hey,
sleep.
John, you could have easily.
Don't hate on my Australian
You could have
king,
said
Dante
defensively,
Exum, bro.
on the
You said what?
trade.
You said what, Trent?
You could have said 3 and D. I don't like. I think that they don't have the greatest bigs, but they still worked on it. Like,
Nah,
they're
no,
still-
they definitely worked on it, but no, because I'm responding to Night Tracker. He said, "Where's the weakness in this new roster?" And I think the weakness is in that big position. It was great to get Lively, it was great to get Rashard Holmes, and I think that's gonna be big, but that's not enough of a jump. And the risk they took on Kyrie, bro. Literally, remember they got rid of Dorian Finney-Smith and they got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie, who was a vital part of what made this team so good. And they got ready for Kyrie, and now it's just still not good enough. I don't even think.
Well, I
they're
think
gonna
you
make the
could
Western
easily
Conference
say
Finals.
defensively though, like 3 and D. Like I think that's their main weakness. They haven't really addressed that.
I
I
think
don't
Dante
think it's
Exum can do what Frank Ntilikina was doing for him.
I think like,
That's
Frank
true.
Dog shit. I'm not
Like,
gonna lie. Frank is nasty, bro.
But we're gonna move on because we do still have this last topic. Utah Jazz 37.
I mean, up like that, but
I'm
Barely
not
up.
gonna lie. I'm gonna say over by like a game.
yeah,
It'll be
I
like
got him at
38.
38.
Okay.
Wait,
Facts.
37. I got him like 30.
Great minds think alike. Though.
34.
Portland with 33.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got more. I don't think Dame gets traded.
Really?
That's a
Really,
good
from a
point.
Miami
He might
Heat
not.
fan.
hey, if he don't get traded, y'all season gonna be
Man,
horrible.
Well,
thing
but
is-
here's the thing: Portland has all the leverage, and if they don't feel like they're
Exactly.
gonna get a package, it's up to them to.
And
pull
look,
that
I will
trigger.
say this. And the reason I'll make it quick. One, this is not a Bradley Beal situation. Dame could say he wants to go to Miami. He ain't going there. They're not even picking up Miami Heat calls. The Heat are trying to do everything possible. They don't give a fuck. So, and Dame's not going to be James Harden, where he's not going to miss training camp. He's not going to make it messy because that's how Dame's just a
Really?
He's a
human being.
pro.
He's a
Professional,
pro
yeah.
with it. So he's not going to make it sloppy like James Harden. He's going to show up and then they're going to be like, oh, he's showing up. Oh, maybe we can get some more wins. Maybe get our team better just to like make him happy a little bit. But I don't think he gets traded. So
That's,
See
hey,
that.
you never know.
I hope.
Next team.
I hope.
Houston Rockets, 22 wins. I got them.
Email off the strength of
be
email
over.
alone.
But
Sure,
for
better
sure.
be after this offseason.
Same with the Spurs, 22 wins.
Over.
Mm,
Maybe.
I'm not about the same.
They'll have more
I
nationally
think-
televised
I
games.
think-
24,
I
maybe?
think Victor's gonna have this whole season's gonna be a learning experience for Victor more than
Yeah.
anything else. I don't.
And he's still
Everybody
gonna
has
win
all
the
these
year.
expectations and stuff. He's still probably is gonna win it, but regardless, this is gonna be a transition year for him to figure out the NBA, and then from year 2 on, then we gonna start seeing what Victor is made of. But that concludes the over. Say that again?
Like, I was gonna say, just to add in, I think 28 wins is roughly where I got him. But
And that's valid. But that ends our over-under segment, which leads us to our last segment, which is pretty much the mini game. It decides who the key holder is. We're gonna go pretty quick on this one. So it's gonna be the first one to we're gonna go
Hey, I have a question.
8 point. We're gonna what's that?
Because I wasn't here the whole stream. I don't think that'll be fair or y'all care.
It's up to y'all.
okay.
I don't mind.
Okay.
The
I'm
more
not
the
gonna be here
merrier.
next stream anyway.
The more the merrier. Come on.
So
I won't be there for
First-
the next one either. So.
first person to
Me
8
either.
points. We're playing guess the current NBA player. And the way you're guessing them is by the teams that they played on. I'm going to list the teams off in the order that they played for that team. Now, to add a twist in this includes the team they signed to this offseason if they signed to a new team. So, go ahead, Garrett.
I just got a question. So, will we be buzzing in, and then also, are we able to buzz in before you rattle off all the teams if we think we know it?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
So,
And we
if
only,
you
only get
believe
one
you
chance each one, right?
Yeah, you only get one chance. So if you do buzz, make it count, and you're only going to get about 5 seconds to answer. Okay. Again, being that I am naming teams, well, you'll get a little bit more 5. You get some leeway. But being that I'm naming more than one, not more than one team, the team that they're on that they signed to this year, that also includes teams that they may not have played on if they were traded to that team, if that makes sense.
Oh,
So-
so like buyout things too.
Yeah,
Or like Iggy to the Grizzlies
that's-
type things. Yeah.
things
Okay.
like exactly
Can be
stuff
a little
like
bit
that.
tougher, but okay.
Now there won't be many of those, so I'm not gonna make it too hard. But we're gonna start off a tad bit easy. And the first team that this person played for, we're gonna go Indiana, OKC.
Buzz.
Paul George.
I was gonna say I heard Garrett first, and it was Paul George.
You said
I
that
had
thing
to
about
take
3
that gamble.
times.
It was gonna be too obvious otherwise.
Okay.
All right.
I gotta make sure I get your name in here so that we keep tally. So Garrett has 1 point so far. All right. It is gonna get harder. So just know that. The next player, he started his career in Phoenix. Then he went to Houston. Then back to Phoenix.
Buzz.
Miami.
Goran
Garrett,
Buzz
Dragic.
next. Okay.
Garrett got it. Garrett
I was
got
thinking
it.
I was thinking Morris at first, but then when you said back to Phoenix, you got me.
That was the one. Yeah, I figured that was gonna be the one that.
Yeah,
got
I had
it.
to wait a bit for a minute.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna need you to get on the board, Jay, or I put some dudes on here that I thought you would recognize. And that was the first two already. And you ain't said nothing.
Listen, dog, I do not know these team shits, bro. It's not my
Hey,
not my
bro.
game.
What
Next
is
player.
your game this week?
Yeah, what is your game at this point?
Damn, come on.
Next player. Minnesota, Chicago.
Buzz.
Garrett. Or sorry,
I
Jelson.
didn't buzz.
Minnesota, Chicago.
I'm
Lauren.
buzzing.
No,
Buzz,
I
I'm
don't
buzzing
know.
after.
You
Let me
go.
buzz
Let
after.
him go.
Buzz,
let him go.
buzz, buzz, buzz.
Oh, can I
I
buzz?
already buzzed.
Me?
I
Hold
already
on,
buzzed.
hold on.
Wait, was I not?
Buzz ball.
I didn't hear anyone else buzz before me, but I might have missed it.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
it was Garrett. I think Garrett did.
I
Yeah.
heard
I said something, but you guys might not.
I
have
heard
it.
Gabe. I heard
I was
Jelson
about to
talking, and then
say-
Gabe went.
Oh,
It was
and
definitely
Garrett.
me. I
Ah.
was the first one after he was
But
talking.
what did you say, Jelson?
No, I said you can go.
Can I go? Can I go? Both? Can I? Oh, can I go?
No,
What?
no,
So
Gabe
it's
already
Gabe.
buzzed.
It's Gabe.
then
It's
me.
Gabe. It's
Real?
Gabe.
Can I-
Gabe, then
I'm
Garrett,
already
then Jay, then.
Can I
Gabe-
get-
Oh, I know who it is. Oh
I
my
know who
god.
it is.
Bro,
Yes.
can I give my answer?
Gabe,
Yes,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm
Justin,
so
you
sorry.
sold.
I
Come on.
forgot. I forgot
Minnesota
that he.
fan?
Nah,
I'm
you
so
so.
dumb.
I froze out for a sec because I was expecting more teams, and then I'm like, oh, this is so
when
obvious.
when I
Yeah.
stopped, you're
No.
like, oh shit, he stopped.
I
I
was
was like, wait, two?
dude,
like
Zach LaVine was so obviously he slipped my mind. Like I was like, oh, Laurie Marketing. And I'm like, wait, no, that
Hey.
doesn't make sense.
Gabe is on the
technically,
board.
if we count the draft. Well, but no, there's other teams after. But
Yeah.
Yeah. Garrett has 2. Gabe is on the board with 1. It's first 2. I said 7, correct, or 8?
I think you said
I think you
8.
said 8.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I said 8. They were both in my mind, so I was trying to remember. Next player, Memphis, Utah.
Buzz.
Buzz.
Go ahead, Justin.
Dang.
Mike Conley.
Yeah.
You got that one. Yes, sir.
I don't know why I was not thinking of Mike Conley.
Jay, I'm getting disappointed in you, bro.
Bro, what did I say, bro? It's not my game, dog.
I'm just saying, bro. All right, bro. If you don't get this one, I'm very disappointed, fam. I'm gonna just say that now.
So
Y'all
the Knicks are
ready?
in there somewhere.
Next.
Denver, Orlando, Boston.
Buzz. This is so easy, man.
Oh my
Jay hates
god.
this guy. Evan Fournier.
You think I follow Evan Fournier's motherfucking career, bro?
Wait,
No, you hate
I didn't
him?
know Evan Fournier was on the
20 point per game scorer, Jay. Come on.
Yeah, he was
Oh, that was
actually
20
drafted
points?
by the Nuggets or
I didn't
picked
know
up by the Nuggets.
She.
I'm
Yeah.
mad I didn't get Zach LaVine, bro.
Okay, he said, you think I follow? All right,
Jay.
we're about to get a little bit more difficult here. All right, y'all ready?
I got a special appearance from me, man. Gang.
What's good?
Low clutch talk.
W. Hey, low-key, that's cheating. We have a 2-man
Yeah, I
thing.
got a 2-man team here. Come on, let's do a 2-person team. One guy and a girl. Let's do this.
Sorry.
Facts.
We got Atlanta, Philly, LA, OKC, Boston.
Oh, I'm tweaking.
Buzz? No, never mind. Unbuzzed.
I buzzed.
Go ahead, Trent.
Al Horford.
No.
Wait,
No.
you said Atlanta, Philly, LA. Which LA?
At the Lakers.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
You can have another guess. I'll give you another guess because I realized I didn't say the mascot. So you can have another guess real quick, Trent.
start with Atlanta.
You said Atlanta. Sorry, Atlanta.
Atlanta,
Yep.
Philly,
Yeah.
LA, Lakers, OKC,
Mike
Boston.
Muscala.
You got it.
That's probably it. Yeah,
That's a good call. That's what I was about to think.
That's a great pull.
he wiped away from
Hey,
my
Minnesota
whole NBA
legend.
memory for that question.
All
I
right.
don't know why.
The next player. Minnesota, Cleveland, Miami.
It?
What?
Buzz.
That's
Buzz.
it.
I'm first, right? Wait, am I
It was
first?
Yeah, you were
Gabe. Yeah.
first. Yeah, you were
Gabe.
first.
All right, that's Kevin Love.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yo, I'd be so confused if you're going or stopping.
Yeah, I was like, is he?
Bro, that threw me off.
It's kind of the
That's not a
point.
game.
It's kind of the point. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm thinking so like narrow players, and you just gave us Mike Muscala, and then you give us Kevin Love right after.
Yeah,
I'm like not thinking of someone that.
Yeah, that threw me
important.
off.
I'm thinking like, who is like a ball?
I feel like JELSON right now, bro. I got two, and they're both Minnesota guys. I got
right,
Levine
y'all-
and Kevin Love. So
Y'all ready
Man,
for this
it's
next
bro.
one? This next one is gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Portland, San Antonio, Brooklyn.
Buzz?
I heard
I
Jay
think I'm buzzing
first.
first. Really?
Nah,
I'm buzzing
I-
first then.
Buzz.
I heard Jay.
Marcus
but
Aldridge.
Yeah.
No, it's mine. It's me.
incorrect. Go get
It's Patty Mills, right?
It is.
Okay.
Fuck that Australian.
I almost got
So-
thrown off because he was with like a team, but then he got waived. I think this summer as well.
So far the point total is Garrett with 1, 2, 3, 4, Trent with 1, JELSON with 1, and Gabe with 2. So now we're about to get a bit more difficult. We're start to get players that are both in the league and out. But I'm not going with guys that were 90s and stuff. We're sticking with like guys that played in the 2000s. All right. So
Oh, so we can do it. Could be former players as well now. Or,
yes.
I,
So next player is the Clippers, Hornets, Dallas.
Buzz. Oh no! Wait.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll still buzz in.
I
don't
can
know for
only
sure.
say what I stopped at.
Yeah. I'm a guess. I might be wrong, but is it Chris Kaman?
Holy shit, what a pull.
Dude, you said Mavericks. that gave it away because I was thinking Clippers, Hornets. I might have thought like Eric Gordon, and and I was thinking Chris Paul too when you
Nah.
said those teams. But I'm like, wait, Mavs. Like Eric Gordon wasn't there, so it must
Nah,
be like
that's-
whoever else is in that trade.
That's a fucking pull, bro. What the hell? I wasn't
Bro,
expecting that.
Save me.
Next one. Boston, Phoenix, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Miami.
Buzz. Joe Johnson.
Jesus, Garrett gets it again. All right.
Come on, guys.
Hey, Gary,
Oh.
you're there next stream?
I'm not gonna be there, but I get to pick who's the key holder if I do win. So no guarantees, man. Could be anybody. But I still have to get the job done.
That is very true. Will he get the job done is the real question here. Are y'all ready?
Yep.
I know you're ready. Philly, Minnesota, Brooklyn. Go ahead. JELSON.
You only get like 5 seconds.
Hey, I don't think this is right, but give me, dude. I the first one
I
that came to
said-
mind was
I said Philly, Minnesota, Brooklyn.
it's not
Shit, I
right,
don't
but
know.
I had Dario Saric.
Hey, I have a. Oh shit.
No.
Nah, Philly.
Is there more?
Do y'all
teams
want me
than
to
the
finish?
West Coast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Philly, Minnesota, Brooklyn, Indiana, Chicago, Spurs, Raptors.
Damn.
Oh.
Niggas a trolley.
Oh wait, no, I'm not buzzing. No. Good thing I didn't.
Can I guess? I'll buzz. I'll just guess.
Go ahead.
Thaddeus Young.
Damn.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
good
think
pick.
Pull.
I was gonna ask again. The last team you said was the Raptors.
Toronto. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I probably would have got it. It would have taken a while though.
All right.
That was a good pull.
That was a great pull. I like that one. I'm deciding between two players right now that I have on my list. We're gonna go with this guy right here. Utah, Cleveland, Indiana, Toronto, Memphis, Washington, Boston.
Can you repeat it?
Buzz. Buzz.
Gabe.
I'm there. I think that was Rudy Gay.
Ooh,
No.
that was a good pull, but no.
Next.
Trent.
CJ Miles.
That might be it, actually.
It is. That was a great pull.
my
Is that who
enemy.
you were gonna guess?
No, I just knew when you said the teams after that. I wasn't thinking of him though at the time. I was like, that doesn't make sense.
And Trent, is that your third point or fourth point?
I think it's 3.
Yeah, that's your third. Okay. So right now Trent has 3. Garrett, you have 6, I believe.
Yep.
Gabe, you have 3, correct?
I got 2.
2. You
Jelson
had
has
Kevin Love,
1.
Zach LaVine, and you. Oh yeah, you did just. Okay, you're right. And Justin has 1.
Devin,
right.
you gotta get some, man.
Jay.
I do, but I'm gonna be honest. My internet's so bad right now. You're gonna hear me 5 seconds later.
That's fair. I feel that.
That hotel internet is not hidden.
But I was getting screwed by that Canadian
I need
one.
Garrett to win so I can eat.
All right, so my bad. I don't want it to go on too long for you guys because I got an early morning just like you guys.
Facts.
Next player, Toronto, not Philly. Toronto, Phoenix, Toronto,
Buzz.
Houston.
He knows this.
PJ Tucker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a
Had
tough
to get my
one.
Raptors guy.
I'm
He's a
glad
tough one
one of
'cause,
the
like, he
Raptors
missed
guys got
time.
that. What'd you say?
I said he's tough because he missed time because he was away from the NBA for like 5 years.
Yeah, because he was like in Israel. He played like overseas for a few years and then came back.
Yeah.
Let's find another player because I felt like a lot of people on my list were getting a little bit too easy for y'all. So here we're gonna go with Houston, Orlando, Denver, Philly, Pelicans.
Houston, Orlando.
I guess.
Go ahead.
That's not him.
If nobody has a clue, I can give a hint. But
Nah, I'm
Is
gonna buzz
it? No, I got it. Is it
Buzz after.
And Gary Clark.
hell of a
No.
pull.
Really?
Hell of a fucking
I'm
pull.
gonna be honest
That's
with
a
you.
good pull.
Gary
Why
Clark.
was I thinking
He
Gary
was
Clark
drafted
also
by
played on the
Houston.
Magic?
Yeah, that's not who I was gonna do.
Nah.
Oh, no, I'm
Well,
thinking-
no, I
no,
did
I'm-
say Orlando.
Yeah,
You did?
in Orlando.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I heard
I
you say.
said,
Oh, my
I
bad.
said
you
Houston
did.
or Orlando because Orlando is second.
My
Come
bad.
on, Gary.
I did,
Get
not,
fucking 2 more. Come on.
I did not pay attention to Orlando.
My man said get 2 more as he gets the point from him.
Bro, because Gary's
You
not.
might get it.
No,
You might get it.
I need 4 more, bro. Gary needs 2, bro.
All right, you ready?
Didn't it? Yeah.
Minnesota, Memphis, San Antonio, Atlanta, San Antonio.
Can you repeat that? Because I'm sorry.
Minnesota, Memphis, San Antonio, Atlanta, San Antonio.
What?
Gorgie Dang. That's me.
That's very
That's it.
good.
I think
Correct.
that's
Five.
Right.
That's gonna be my guess.
That's it. Yeah.
Bro,
That
how the
is
fuck
exactly
y'all be
who
knowing
it
these
is.
role player ass?
Now I'ma be
I'm
honest.
thinking so many former players.
You gotta
now.
realize,
The-
you gotta
the,
be-
field has expanded.
Hey, I'll
Jay,
make this
Gorgie
quick.
Dang was nice, bro.
You got to realize
nice.
I cover news for like.
I think this is
Oh,
where
yeah,
my
that
like
nigga does. So he talks about dudes that leave all
Yeah.
the time.
this is where my historical part of the NBA hurts me because I'm thinking more of the former players too, but I feel like you guys are still more thinking the current players. So it's like you're getting to it before I am.
Well, this is gonna be a historical player,
Fuck.
so this may be to your advantage.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe we'll see. I was about to choose him, but now that I think about it, he played in the late '90s, so I can't. You almost.
Yeah.
I was about to go with Brent Berry on one, but
Yeah,
he
I
did
probably
play in the
wouldn't
late
have got it.
'90s.
Yeah, if I don't watch that shit.
He was a dog, bro. Wasn't he?
No, for sure.
Wasn't he the one that shot free throws underhanded?
That's Rick
I
Barry.
remember Brent
Rick
Berry.
Barry. Okay. All right. Next player. Memphis, Orlando, Cleveland, Chicago, Sacramento, Dallas, Clippers, Milwaukee, Washington.
God.
Can you repeat? Can you repeat the teams?
Let me go.
You want me to do it in order or just name them?
No, Trent has a.
I got it.
Go ahead, Trent. If you get this, it's a pull.
Am I lagging? Because it seemed like y'all lagging.
No, go ahead.
A little bit, but you're
Drew
good.
Gooden.
That's exactly
Drew
who
Gooden.
it is.
Drew Gooden, yeah.
Thank you. Hurry the fuck up. Let's go.
That's
Not Drew,
exactly
sorry.
who that was. Don't say who. You don't know who Drew Gooden is?
I do know who he is. I don't know how he knew every team that he played for, though.
I probably should have got that one. Dang.
Okay. Orlando, Charlotte, Houston, Orlando, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Chicago, New Jersey, Brooklyn, Boston.
There's so many teams I can't like process them all. I need to repeat that again, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Orlando, Charlotte, Houston, Orlando, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Chicago, New Jersey, Brooklyn, Boston.
Oh no, I'm not gonna.
I said New Jersey because that is a hint. They were the Nets when he was there the first time.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
And this
Lawson.
can't.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Who'd you say?
No, I just threw a name out there. I just said
It
Ty
sounded
Lawson.
like he said Ty Lawson,
Yeah.
but no, that's
No,
not
that's
it.
not it. This can't be like a late '90s.
Nope.
And can you repeat the teams again?
Orlando, Charlotte, Houston, back to Orlando, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Chicago, New Jersey, then Brooklyn, and Boston.
Yeah, you got that one, Steph.
Wait, Brooklyn. I thought you said New Jersey.
Because they were New Jersey, and then the following year they became Brooklyn.
Oh, that's a good hint.
Wow, this is a good one. I finally stumped him the episode. Let's go.
That's a good one.
Wait. Oh, I know it. Buzz.
Go ahead.
How could I not forget the worst starter on our 2011 number
no
one
way
seed?
he's about
Keith
to say
Bogan,
it.
baby.
Oh my God, he got it.
Oh my God, bruh. That took me a minute because the Bulls, I needed to think who was next.
Keith Bogans. Dog. I like it.
Bruh.
Y'all ready
If I
for
would've
this
missed
last
that,
one?
Tragic.
Why are you saying last one?
Because we know what.
Because I think he's going to get it.
I am.
Orlando, Lakers, Houston, Atlanta.
Buzz.
Go ahead.
I thought that was
Dwight Howard. You were close, Gabe, but
He has
Got it.
not lost the game. Garrett is the new key holder for KOT. That boy got
man.
it somehow, some way. It is a late night. I apologize to you guys because I don't usually do these late streams. But Garrett, the floor is yours, my brother.
hey, man. This is just what I do, man. You see me? This is my 7th victory in a key holder mini game. Unfortunately, I won't be here next stream, so that's going to be kind of tough. But I'll have to decide who can, I guess, take the ropes as the key holder and stuff
Give it
like
to
that.
Jay.
But
Come on, bro. We need
I
a live
did already
decision.
give it to Jay
Bro,
once.
Jay can't
we
get
need
2
a-
honorary key holders before winning.
Nah, I don't want that. I don't want
Maybe.
that shit. I don't want it.
But hey, man, everyone that's in here, I know there's still a couple of you in the stream. If you were rooting for me, you're a real one. You're a W. So that's all I'm gonna say right there. Hey, Garrett is the Rain Man. Exactly.
Need a
Night
Jay-Z
Striking.
quote. Jay-Z quote.
Rubber band man. Oh, we gotta get another rap quote in there, bro.
We not getting a
Not today because we were doing the quote mini game. We were doing the
You're
quote
right,
mini
you're
game.
right.
We're not getting a live announcement of the honorary key holder.
Yeah, I feel like you should because like some people may not be here.
So you can find it at my Twitter.
Hey, that's valid. That W promo, nigga.
W promo.
All right, you better post it now because I'm going to your Twitter.
I hate this dude.
Hey, man.
W fucking promo.
W promo, man.
I can't stand.
Hey, man. KOT fam, if you're still here, I still see 4 viewers. So y'all been locked in almost all of these 2 hours. Appreciate you guys. Night Triker, you've been locked in since 10:21. All right, actually longer. You were here once we started. Shout out to you, bro. You were here the whole 2-hour stream. You lasted the whole time. Hey, a lot of people like people that last a long time. So with that being said, if you are new
That's
to
a
the
crazy way
KOT
to end.
stream,
That's why.
drop a
What you mean by
like,
that?
drop a sub, do what you got to do. And until next time, Wednesday, same place, 9 o'clock, be there.
Big KOT.
You're not there, you're going to hear about it. We out.
For real. Peace.